I know if you guys can hear me right now, I realize I booted you off like an asshole, and I have no idea how I did that. I just went to go invite those and said I had no more. My apologies. Sorry, used to be Dana. Sorry. My bad. I just went to go invite those guys, and there was no open studio anymore. I didn't close shit. I don't know. I just went to go invite those guys, and I came back, and it said the studio session had ended. But now they should all have the email, so if they want to jump in, they can. I left you in the metaverse, Jennifer. No, Yuki, you're good, man. No, I wouldn't come back on if I was mad at you. I would just stayed off. Let's see. Mike, you're in Florida, right? By the way, Pantheon just sent you the link if you want to come on. So, and I sent it to Scav and Tony too. So you guys all have it. Tony, you have it too in your thing. Your email. The new one for this one I'm in right now. You should have this one. John, good evening from SoCal. How you doing tonight, man? Pantheon always plays hard to get with me. He really does. 1796 Patriot, I cut you off. Should I? All right, Lucy, you made it back. All right, we're up to 27. We did have 140. Now we got we lost a few along the way, which I hate, man. I mean, I never want to do that to anyone, but I do want to make sure that these guys don't feel like I don't want them on because I love having other people on. Adrian, I don't know, brother. I went to go to the lobby to make a copy of the link for this URL to send to Pantheon, Scavenger, and Tony, and came back and there was no studio. YouTube, I know, right? Whoa, new camera angle. No, I just had to change the background around. I had some things fell apart over here earlier. It's not fun. So I just decided, you know what? Plus, I still have to get up to finish these curtains. I was showing some of the guys earlier with the webcam. I have to put all these Roman shades up to block out the sun in the morning. So the Massinator. Danny says, Mass, hey, get off the phone. I'm online. Mass using AOL internet. Mass, your sound is way better. Did you get a new mic? Last live with Scavenger. I know, Lordy, I know. I tried unplugging everything today, plugging it back in, using some different places, different plugs. I tried different wires. And I did a sound check before I came on. It did sound pretty good. So if you guys are telling me it's good now, awesome. Because I can see how that would be totally. Honestly, I wouldn't put up with that shit sound that I was coming out of my mouth last night. I wouldn't put up with that. It has been a while since I've seen AMC Biggins. Has anyone seen him lately? Yeah, he just did. Biggins does enormous live streams. I mean, like 10,000 people on live streams. He don't play around. Yeah, Andrew, like what, 3 to 5 nights ago was the last one I saw? Yeah. After that thing happened with me and Steven Seibert and Casey's live chat, I haven't gone on to anyone else's live chat. Besides, I was on Tony's for a couple seconds today while I was coming up and down off the ladder. But other than that, Biggins cracked his tooth on candy. Oh, that sucks. That sucks. Yeah, but Adrian, you didn't hear it clicking last night? Because I could hear it clicking. I could hear it clicking in the replay. Peaches and cream 112. Where the players dwell, right, Jennifer? So has Lucy says so has Oz conceded to Fetterman. First of all, I don't really know if Fetterman would understand what that means. I don't know how he's going to explain to that. Biggins is on tomorrow at 9 Central. Yeah, Peach Conley is pretty fast. Hammer, what's up, man? Up kind of late, aren't I? Yeah, definitely. But Tony was doing the earnings call live So I figured I was gonna look over some of the tight races that we might see tonight. Um, and then Humble helped me out in the comments. Shout out to Humble for going back to look to see when typically we start to see some of the results from the East Coast races, and just try to, get it around that. Like, I mean, what we can do? Sit here from the end of earnings call that was not all that exciting till midnight. I tried to work getting the rest of the shades up. I tried to reorganize so I could get back in the old camera position, but it ended up going like this. So here we are. The Senate is going to be tight. Yeah, definitely, for sure. Yeah, it really is. There is. It really is. Let me ask you guys a question. And I guess you can answer with a 1 if you agree with me, and put a 2 if you don't. Do you think that by the Democrats allowing the Republicans to take all this power for the next 2 years, if things don't improve, do you think that makes them the easy scapegoat to try to elect another either Democratic president into place or to retake back the Congress like they never lost it? Let me know in the chat what you guys think. Oh, Adrian, I'll talk about that real quick about the earnings call. So Adrian, I know you watch most of my videos, bro. So you saw the other day when I put out that video about, the worst box office in 25 years. We were gonna have low numbers. I expected all that, right? I mean, I knew that was coming. I thought maybe there would be a couple more interesting things besides what I heard. Look, I think the Zoom call thing is a great idea. If they can move that along with other companies, even if it just became a thing where, like, maybe once a week you had to go meet at a theater, there'd be a huge meeting that would go up on the big screen, CEO, and you could get discounted rates on concessions and food, and they've got bathrooms there already. Almost everything you need is right there, right? They got the parking. It's actually a pretty good idea. Like, I didn't really have an issue with that idea. And if they can I mean, what did they say? They brought in 20 million doing that last year. Well, let's say they start doing that with some other companies, because the more violent, and especially if Kathy Hochul just won, the more violence that these DAs are going to let punks get away with, and start um, protecting the criminals over the victims, the more you are going to see less and less people wanting to go to brick and mortar stores to work. They're going to want to work from home to be safe, or they're going to want to go to a place that's open and a lot of people can see them and there's a lot of people around. So this could be possibly something like, I don't want to overhype it or anything, but along those same lines of football and MMA fighting, and I could see something like that for big corporations saying, you know what, we're gonna grab a couple AMC theaters. We're gonna have like 3 or 4 movies after we're done with, with the lectures. Guys, go watch what you want. Help yourself with the snack, blah, blah, blah. You never know. It's better than sitting on your hands. I know that. Yuka's always daydreaming about being in bed with Jennifer. Constantly, Danny. Hold on, boys and girls. Arizona is going to see this election through. Not all votes have been counted. Oz is going to see this election through. Yeah, man, I'll pretty much stay up until I hear at least Arizona. I need to know if Carrie Lake beats Katie Hobbs. If Katie Hobbs beats Carrie Lake tonight, I think we're gonna wake up to a new world tomorrow, and not the one with that girl sitting in the middle of Pennsylvania Avenue, with the do rag and the glasses, yelling. Not that meme. It's gonna be something a little different. Savvy says elbow cough mask. Real Rugged says gaming competition, GameStop partnership, hopes to AMC theaters. Yeah, we talked about that over a year ago, Real Rugged, right? I remember and I remember this like it was yesterday, because I debated bringing it up. I said, Tony, it was really weird. Before the trailer started, there was like a little infomercial. I forget who the infomercial was for. It wasn't for EMC theaters, but the infomercial was a bunch of kids getting together in a theater playing video games, watching live, action competition. Harry Parrott says Dr. Oz election may not be finished until Thursday, Friday. Well, we stay here till then, Harry Parrott. I will run live until this thing is over. And if it takes a couple days, then so be it. So be it. Yeah, we're not going anywhere. Don't worry. Luke Rogers says scapegoat. In a recent speech, Biden already made a statement to the effect of if Republicans take over during this election cycle, the economy will crash. I mean, we only have like 5% more to go before we hit a crash. You can't come in the first 18 months, wipe out 95% of the economy, and then the next 2 years, the other 5 drops off and blame Republicans who came in as incumbents halfway through your term. I mean, I know he's demented, but Ron Klain's not stupid. I was working on that video today, that Ron Klain video today. I can't wait to get that done. Danny just said, what were you asking me, Danny? Alan, what's up, man? How you doing? I just saw you in the chat. How's it going, brother? What was that half question you said earlier? Mask. What was that half question you said earlier? Fuck, I don't know what you're talking about. I have the worst short-term memory like that, bro. Fill me in again. Sorry. Jennifer had a dream about CSI the other night. Really? Interesting. Okay. I'm professional says Andrew Tate for president. Danny R says mask. No, the 1 or 2 questions. 1 or 2 questions. Zoom idea. Sure, Jennifer. Okay, so is that what you're talking about? Is that what you're trying to get to? You're asking me the 1 or 2 questions. Okay. Besides the Zoom thing, how would that work? Corporations going forward. Is that what you're asking me? What my thoughts were on that? I just thought that kind of came out of the blue. And the other thing that I thought was weird is that Zoom came to him about this. So this team that's been working on all these ideas, plus all the ideas we had pitched to him, no one has ever mentioned this before. I mean, certainly I can say I haven't, but no one has come up with that before. Yeah, Adrian, they are. Yeah, for surfing and if you're out in a boat. Idaho Senate is red. Yeah, I saw that earlier. I saw that went down. Yep. Dwayne says AMC total short reported volume 71.5%. That's a good number. What's CTB right now? We need to look at some other things. And going back to what someone asked about the $10. So the original conversation I had and the way this came up was someone had $6 calls for sometime mid-January of this year coming up, 2023. And if everything that we're hearing continues down this way, and especially if Avatar starts smashing it between the 16th and the 31st or the 1st, knowing the schedule that's coming up right after Avatar, I would have to think that they would have to start really thinking hard about, is AMC going to be able to pull this off? Because it looks like they may be starting to. John Diamond says, "Can you explain to me?" Hold on, let me put this up on the screen. Read it properly. I think mass is being a bit polarizing. You think? Can you explain to me how we beat earnings estimates but still lost $233 million? Didn't we make more debt beating estimates? Yeah. Okay. So think about all of, well, there's a couple things, right, that go with that. First of all, okay, we lost money this year over year. We lost money. They went into a couple of different ways that we lost, right? It wasn't just necessarily. I know I heard him. I didn't listen to the entire space call because I'm up there trying to like screw things, and I have a drill in one hand and a torque wrench in the other. So I couldn't hear like every single part of it, but I heard most of it. Um, I think we saw the same thing last quarter too, a little bit. I remember last quarter people thought we were going to run, and we did run up to earnings. This year I didn't think so. This year I didn't think so. Um, but a lot of different reasons, right? Supply chain issues going up, the cost of concessions, all those kind of things factor into how long were they able to keep a lot of these shit movies that came out last quarter? The longer they stay in the theater, the more money AMC makes. So when they put out these woke garbage movies and they're only in the theater for 3 weeks, the production company is going to see most of that profit. AMC is going to see very little. So the better the movie is, that's why Top Gun crushed it for AMC. The thing was out for like 19 weeks, brought in almost $1.5 billion off a video remake with a washed up Tom Cruise. The best you can come up with last quarter was Bros. Come on, give me a break. Rodron, what's up, brother? How you doing, man? Long time no talk. Rodwan is my boy from London. How is the weather right there right now, Rodwan? Is it nice today? Torque wrench. Wow, the chat's going by really fast. By the way, Lupe, thank you. I saw a super chat from you, and shit, it just dawned on me. Lupe, thank you, man. Appreciate you, brother. You know that. Let's see. And Radwan, thank you, man. Appreciate you. Appreciate you, buddy. Good to see you in the chat, though. Totally good to see you in the chat. Real Rugged DIY says newsfeed per Thinkorswim says per Market Watch, betting markets now see Democrats keeping Senate. We're gonna find out in a little bit. Like I said, I'll stay up with you guys for a while until we get to the end of some of these, because I have a couple of moves I want to make in the morning. So, but it all depends on how this works out, honestly. Carl J says Disney needs to go back to Mickey, Minnie, and Pluto. You know what I really think Disney needs to do? Stick Bob Chapek on a SpaceX rocket and send him to Pluto. That might be their best bet if they want to stay relevant for the next 20 years. And Iger and maybe a couple Kathleen Kennedy. You could stick her ass on there too. Kevin Feige, bye. You do without him. Stick them all on and send them to Pluto. Lower it up on 300 more apes, says Alan. Getting big on T plus 90, which is what, Alan? Is there that date's supposed to be coming up, right? The 17th or something? Correct me if I'm wrong. By the way, I heard someone the other day talking about making election day a national holiday. That would shut a lot of people up if we did that. A lot of people wouldn't have any excuses to bitch and moan saying, I got no way to get there, even though everybody and their mother knows what a goddamn registry is. I'm so sick of hearing that damn excuse. Can't get to a registry. You can't do shit if you can't get an ID, so stop lying. Jennifer, good luck on your presentation, hon. Sweet dreams. Yeah, I know. No, it's not as much as I agree. You're right, Andrew. It's not. It's not as much. Yeah, if you guys remember to hit the like button when you come in, not that I think it will matter at this time anyways, it's so late, but if you remember to hit it when you come in, that'd be awesome. Um Adrian says, after MOAS, they better make a MOAS National Ape Appreciation Holiday. Seriously. You're welcome, sweetheart. Good night. Yuka, you going to bed too? Man. All right. Well, I won't start any more streams at 12 o'clock, but we won't have any more midterms for a little while, so don't worry. 17th? Thank you. Thanks, Luke. Savvy, thank you, hon. Red wave will cause a good uptick in the market tomorrow, people. Listen, if it does happen to be a red wave tonight, we come out on top with some big numbers. I say we. I don't have a party, but I do have some opinions, and mine definitely line up a little more with the right than the left. That's all I know. I don't really know how to explain that. That really just came together in the last 2 years. Before that, I couldn't have given a flying flip about what party is talking about what. My biggest thing since starting YouTube and following politics been how anti-war I have become. I really have. Oh, Yuka and Jennifer are going to bed at the same time. No wonder. I was like, wow, why are those two leaving at the same time? Okay, I get it. I get it. I know what's going on here now. Mass, Arizona had all sorts of problems at some of the polling places too. So 1796 Patriot, I heard that. I heard that at like 2 o'clock. Now, you've only had how many fucking months to get this together? And on the day of the election, you are having trouble tabulating things or computers not working? Like, come on, Arizona, get your shit together. You were the ones who had to be audited last year because there were so many different anomalies in your election cycle. Adrian says, Danny, sometimes persistence is a good thing. This is true. Sometimes, just like Dave Chappelle says, like Pepe Le Pew, sometimes you just gotta. No, I'm just kidding. That might be one of the funniest lines Dave Chappelle ever said, though. Pepe Le Pew was a rapist. Alan says, "Oh man, mass stock talk, please, not cock talk." Are we talking cock talk? Dude, you ain't never heard me talking about cocks? Ever. Who would I be talking about cock talk? Whose cock would I be talking about? Are poll workers volunteers or paid? So real rugged. There's a couple different things that are actually going on at the polling stations, right? There are poll workers from each party who are there to kind of oversee. Then you actually have like law enforcement. There's a couple different layers um through the process. The good thing is I'm glad it didn't come down to like you don't want to see armed citizens out in front of polling stations asking for IDs. Which is what drives me so nuts about the Democrats because they sit there and complain and say that we want to change the election laws to make it harder for minorities to vote, even though the last two elections, especially in Georgia, has had the biggest turnout for minority voting. And now with the early ballot systems and all these other things in place, they're lying about the reason that we want reform. The reason why they're trying to reform, first of all, they want to put back the laws that were in place before COVID, which was you had to have a real excuse to have to mail in a fucking ballot. Get up off your fat ass, get off on the couch, and go stick a ballot in the ballot box. Okay? It can't take you more than 20 minutes round trip from anywhere you live. to find a ballot box. And if you are, that's why they have the early voting. You can vote like 60 days beforehand. So this bullshit excuse that minorities aren't smart enough to find a registry. I'm over that excuse. You gotta come up with something better than that. Says, I wonder if that has anything to do with Carrie Lake being behind. Just wondering. It could be where the polls have come in from so far. Maybe it's been a lot of blue areas like Phoenix, like some metro parts of Tucson. Let's see, where else? Oh God, where is it that I went to go watch the Patriots play the Cardinals? Uh for Pat Tillman night. What's the name of that city that they're in? Help me out. Chat. Glendale? Glendale. A lot of those blue inner city probably have not been reported in yet. Or it's the other way around. We've got a ton of the city stuff coming in, and they're counting a lot of the rural stuff now. So that's why you might see the lead. Danny, not even get off your fat ass and get up and vote. Here's the other thing. If they were really concerned about this, call a fucking national holiday. Not June 19th. Call it November 8th, and you call it Election Day. Everyone has it off, and you got plenty of time to arrange yourself to get a ride down to drop off a ballot. Okay? And not that I have some unknown affection for June 19th. Okay? It's a new holiday start this year. Kill me. But I'd rather have November 8th Election Day off. That way everybody has a chance to vote. And no one can say, I just couldn't get there because of work or train schedules or anything. Just give them the day off. It's a national holiday. Everyone has a chance to get into a voting booth and do it themselves with an ID and a signature that matches. And that's it. End of story. Jeffrey Rocha, what's up, bro? Says Mass, but that's all Maricopa County. So that part there, Glendale, Tucson. All right, so that's going to be a lot of blue then coming in, right? So maybe Carrie Lake is getting smoked after we were just told she was up 11 points less than 48 hours ago. Is that possible? Sure. Yeah, you're right. You're right, Jeff. It is a lot of Maricopa County. Good point. Scottsdale too. Yeah, I guess that would probably fill in that area, right? You just wouldn't go as far as like Flagstaff. Like now you're talking like up in the mountains, right? Somebody said watch Glenn Beck, Whitney Webb to get red pilled. It's weird. I went to go watch a video on Glenn Beck the other day. He was talking about the diesel shortage. I watched the whole video and he never talked about the diesel shortage. I don't know if he forgot that that's what the thumbnail said, but he went completely off topic. Savvy, it was raining hurricane here. Oh, Savvy, where are you in Gulf Coast? Radwan says, I want to address this right now. Radwan says, whoever you guys vote for, will they reform the stock market? So I didn't talk about this too much the other night, but here's what my plan was to do next week, guys. Once everybody is official and all the votes have been calculated, everyone's been counted in, we're going to get a brand new list, whatever that is, Thursday or Friday, of all the new senators and everything. What I think I'm going to do is one day next week or over the weekend, I'm going to sit down and I'm going to call every single person who has come in. And I'm going to say, I'm not your constituent. I'm going to say, I am a retail investor who has a very small YouTube channel, but I have viewers and subscribers from all over the world and certainly all over the country. And I just want you to know that we are keeping an eye on you. And you only got a two-year window here to start talking about things. I think the first thing we need to do, though, is get to a politician who will go to bat for us to get the legislation onto the floor. And that is the biggest, hardest problem. Bringing legislation actually to the floor is a really difficult thing to do. They can't even bring it to the floor to stop from insider trading by congressmen. So it's like when you think about shutting down PFOF, I mean, do you see Congress being in a rush to do that and having to throw more money the SEC's way? Luke says Glenn Beck is full of fear porn. Yeah, I mean, and I use that word too. I use that word too, Luke. I used it with Meet Kevin and Economic Ninja and all those guys, Stephen Graham, with the fireworks and the Capitol building on fire and lightning going through the middle of the Golden Gate Bridge. What the fuck kind of disaster, thumbnail they have that the world's just falling apart tomorrow. I still think we're just in a cycle, guys. We're in the fourth turning. We are in the fourth turning. This happens almost to a T every 80 to 100 years. There is a major reshuffling between the classes. Other people, they rise up and lead. People are overthrown. They're taken out of positions of power who have been abusing them. Now, I'm not saying that's going to happen here, but we are certainly in the fourth turning. And you can take that for whatever, however you want to describe what the fourth turning is. I've done many videos on it. You guys know. Neil Howe, the guy who wrote the book, said, and this was right before, right after GME squeezed. He said, the guy that was interviewing me, he said, I truly believe some of the best financial and Wall Street people will come out of this fourth turning. People who are leading, people who are the nomads, supposedly, of this generation. He talked about Elon Musk. Talked about a lot of the guys that were doing some hardcore AI and space travel and taking us from one level of sophistication of travel to the next. But there's also going to have to have people who are pushing for reform and change within the Congress itself, like term limits, all those things. So my idea was next week I might sit down and just take the time and call everyone who's just been voted in. And maybe I can get some of you guys to volunteer to come on with me in the calls because they are going to ask if I'm a constituent when I call. And I'm not going to get very far if I call and I'm not a constituent. That's just a fact of the matter. If my vote can't help them, they don't really need to hear from me. But if a couple of you guys volunteered to get on a Zoom call with me to do it, that would be cool. Then we could do it. At least we could pick, maybe hand select a few different candidates and just start dropping the notion in the air. Like, listen, this is what we want. Like, by 2024, we want a fair marketplace. We want to get rid of this, and that. Right? And then BBD said, we'll have the Sri Lankan pool party. I am down, bro. That sounds good to me. That looks like a good time. At the the president's mansion. I remember that. Yeah, we'll have him right in Pelosi's broken foyer. I'm sorry, but can anyone that's in the chat right now explain to me, like, real simple, what exactly happened to Paul Pelosi's house the other night? Has anyone figured that out yet? Savvy says our markets are rigged just like our politicians. The markets are rigged because of the politicians. Wall Street owns the politicians. They own them. They own Gary Gensler's ass. They own Janet Yellen's ass. Janet Yellen didn't go from the head of the Federal Reserve to the Treasury because she's good at her job, right? I mean, You know I love my ladies out there, especially all the ladies on this chat, all the subscribers. You're the smartest women in the world. But you really think Janet Yellen is that sharp that she had to step down as the Federal Reserve, and 2 years later, Joe Biden puts her as Secretary of the Treasury, and all of a sudden we get the new word in transitory? I don't know. Savvy said AMC earnings call was good, I thought. I'll be honest. I will be honest. It could have been worse. That's for damn sure. It definitely could have been worse. I think Adam Aaron laid out a case for the future. He brought up some issues. He talked about, I know you guys have some concerns about what's going on, blah, blah, blah. And, I can't talk about that. And I have a job to do with my company. He walked the corporate line as he obviously normally does on those calls, So Real Rugged says, I read some pretty disturbing things about how involved Powell is with Wall Street. Real Rugged, you understand that he printed almost $6 trillion last year. And I don't know, how much did you guys get during the pandemic? Because I don't think I got more than $2,000 total. So, and if they had evenly broken up the CARES package between every American who was eligible to receive payment, it should have been like $37,000. Okay? So, we got gypped big time. $37,000 is what we should have had each. But where do you think the rest of that money went? Most politicians smell like buttholes or clay house. Yeah, Lordy. Lordy, we might be going back to your times, man, with the Weimar Germany. Bringing our bills and our Deutschmarks in a wheelbarrow. Yes, please. Guys, I hope you don't mind, but I'm going to bring on my good friend Pantheon for a little bit to chat with us. Because I miss him. I haven't talked to him in a long time. I mean, Tony is my straight up lover, but Pantheon is a good friend. I don't think Tony would be jealous. Now, if Scavenger comes on, that may be a different story. I don't know. We'll have to handle that lady. But here he comes. Pantheon in the house coming up. Volume.
Hey, Mass, how you doing?
Gotcha.
Hey,
Hey,
can you hear
buddy.
me?
I can hear you fine. You sound excellent. Audio is good. Yes.
Cool.
Very good. How are you?
Yeah. Well, we've got a special beaver red moon thing happening today. That was pretty interesting. Lots of people went nuts today.
So it was a
What are
beaver.
you gonna do?
No, it wasn't a blood red moon, right? Not blood red.
Yeah. Yeah, it was beaver
It was
blood.
blood red.
Yeah, a beaver blood moon,
Okay.
I think is what they called it. That might mean something
fucking
different in
love
Canada.
beaver. I love beaver. Let's see. Damn, that was good too. Oh. Did you listen? Pinto? Did you listen to the whole entire earnings call?
I did. Hey, Adrian. I see Adrian saying hi. Yeah, no, I did. I listened to the whole call. I'm actually quite happy with it, to be honest.
You are okay.
Do you want to?
Okay, yeah.
Yeah. Do you want to talk about
I
it?
can't change my mind about it. Yes, please open up. Yeah.
Where do you want to start?
You start. Start with why you think, because I started to change my mind as I started thinking about it more since he hung up the phone. So you go ahead and make your case of. I'd like to just know if I'm on the same page with you of why I changed my mind.
Sure. Hey, Tony, how you doing, Tony? Okay, so basically, I think I didn't expect, them to come out and have a profitable Q3. I don't think anybody realistically expected that, and I don't think anybody should have realistically expected, Adam Aaron to come out and blow the whole short thing out of the water. For people that got let down on that. I think they were hoping for a little much for what he's allowed to actually do. And this isn't a new story. This is information we've known for a long time.
Okay.
So, for me, he addressed the three big things they were dealing with: COVID issues, streaming services, and theatrical windows, and talked about the locked 45-day window. There was a struggle in that for when COVID started to come back and theaters were reopening. We had Godzilla versus Kong, and there was an issue about, theatrical windows. 45 days isn't the 90 we used to have, but it's a good
Yep.
number to lock in. And he
Absolute better than
addressed that.
0. Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
And the virus of unknown origins, he also talked about it going from a pandemic to endemic stage. Good
Pandemic.
to
Yep.
hear.
Yep.
And for streaming services, we've had an Amazon movie previously played. We've had a Netflix movie coming up. There's agreements that streaming services are starting to understand we can coexist together and we can both make money.
Right.
And that's all good stuff to hear. It's not new information, but it was all good to hear reaffirmed. And then we've got him talking about the height of the pandemic. What it comes down to is the issue still is not enough movies. And you can look at the
That's
number.
a big problem. Yeah.
It's a big problem, and if
Yep.
you look at Q2, the last time Q2 had as much, we have made more money per movie, for AMC, and in the industry, we're getting more money per movie than we have since the first Avatar came out. That's a coincidental thing.
This year.
Yes, this year.
Right.
Interesting, isn't it? The last time we made
Right.
as much per movie was
Like
then,
over
but
a
they were
decade
making
ago.
double the amount of movies. Yes, but they were making over double the amount of
Yeah.
movies.
Yeah.
So what I
Wow.
got out of it, per patron, we're looking at a 12% increase per patron spending. We're looking at a 30% for food and beverages increase in spending. This is good news. We are doing very well per patron and per movie. We just don't have enough movies, and that slate is gearing up. And we know that I did a live stream a little while ago going through the 2023 movie selection. It looks good. We got a lot of good bangers coming in Q4 and through 23, my man.
It looks excellent. The schedule lineup looks excellent. Absolutely agree with you 100%. Yep. Yep.
And the
Yep.
projections were, and maybe Tony can correct me, but I think the projections were around negative 24 cents a share. And we came in at what, 22 or something like
22.
that.
Yep.
So, we beat the number they projected. We still
Just
lost money,
barely, but who cares? Yeah. Yeah.
but we
Yep.
but we beat it. And
Yep.
then he went through the seven main items, right? The industry's still hurting, but he said that they're clearly watching for more theater buy-in opportunities. Now,
Yes.
he was recently on a vacation in the UK. Now, that took place where he took a picture with him and Cool and the gang at the Aviation Museum.
Yep. Yep. He was there for
Okay,
the
so,
Queen's funeral, right?
and what did that timing coincide nicely with? Right after Cineworld declared bankruptcy,
Yes.
and now
Right.
hey, we're tinfoil hatting here. I got no receipts. We're just having some fun. He's
But
going
it makes
back.
sense.
He's going back for Black Panther. A couple of screenings. Is it really a
Yes.
coincidence?
Yes.
Maybe it is. He's going to the UK twice in a small time frame after Cineworld declares bankruptcy and then comes into the Q3 earnings and says the industry's hurting as a whole, and we're watching for theater buying opportunities. There would be
Yeah.
very good screens that make money within the Cineworld portfolio that maybe he can get some of those.
They
And
could
that's a good.
almost sorry, go ahead. No, go ahead.
No,
Yep.
no, please go ahead.
I was gonna say they could almost have a monopoly on prime theaters across the country. Um, he did mention about, like, upgrading all the theaters to primes, and you just said in the comments, but right before you came on about, switching over to the laser and the IMAX and all those things. They could have at some point, they could have a serious monopoly on the theater going experience worldwide. Which
Absolutely.
which might be enticing to another partner, especially a partner with a lot of money to produce big budget streaming stuff like Game of Thrones, Lord of the Rings, some of these other big IPs out there that, some have been get destroyed, some people like them, but if you can tie those into each other, then there's and again, I'll bring up the Zoom call thing. I think as we get more and more away from the brick and mortar, from going to businesses, from driving back and forth, from gas being too expensive, from not enough electrical infrastructure laid down yet. You might see some of these things, these corporate things taking place in more localized places that are big enough to hold crowds, that are comfortable, that already have concessions inside, bathrooms, parking. Uh, I think that's a great idea to try to exploit that 100% if they can, of course.
Every new revenue stream opportunity is worth looking into. And the fact that he was approached by the Zoom to say your
Says
infrastructure
a
makes
lot.
sense for our kind of clientele. And I work for major companies here, and we have our annual company retreat meeting where the CEO comes up and talks about the state of the company. It's a private company, right? But they're
Right,
always looking
right.
for some venue. They're renting big hotel boardrooms and stuff. It's just not the right
Conference
environment. I mean, if
rooms.
you can get yeah, you can get people in comfortable theater chairs, have a concession stand, have bathrooms, have a beautiful screen, give them the message, and you know what? Treat them to a movie after. Now that's something
There
employees
you
would
go.
appreciate.
We got 3 different screens going right now. What do you wanna watch? We got this over here, this over here, this over there. Help yourself. There's popcorn as you need. Help yourself to the yeah, I mean, just think about it. That would be a great, thing that you could throw on for companies who don't wanna travel and bring everyone to Vegas for a convention or Atlantic City or wherever the new place is now to have a convention. And you just wanna get a smaller group of people together, maybe like a regional. I think it's a great idea. I that never crossed my mind. I'm surprised it never crossed any other retailer's mind. That's the first time that I've heard of it been brought up. So, yeah, let's explore it. I mean, any way you can bring in money to pay off this debt, I am with. You know?
And then he talked about there was 7 items. That was the first. We talked about numbers 1 and 4, industry herding and Zoom meetings. Number 2 is the existing theaters. They're increasing the amount of IMAX, Dolby, and Prime screens. Now, remember, in 2018, in April, they put out a press release that they were doing a partnership with IMAX to get these laser projection IMAX screens. Cineworld did the same thing. So there's some beautiful Cineworld cinemas that are going to be just as nice as the AMC ones that could be snatched up potentially at this point too in a bankruptcy. Who knows? I'm speculating on that, but there's some great theaters out there that make money that they could grab, tying that numbers 1 and 2 together, which also ties to number 3, the laser projectors, right?
All
And
so they already would be equipped. These Cineworld studios would already be equipped with new technology before they be bought
the
over.
one
Is that what you're saying? They're already putting some of it in?
from Cineworld.
Yeah,
So in 2018, AMC and Cineworld simultaneously put out on the same day, it was April 2018, concurrent press releases with IMAX that they were both doing the same thing. So what AMC did,
got it.
Cineworld did at that time. So those theaters would already be in operation. However many they did, I don't know. Um,
Gotcha.
I like it. Like if you look back to before Adam Aaron, the CEO was Gerardo Lopez. And Gerardo Lopez, when he first came on board, he said, I want the customers to have a better experience. And they spent a bunch of money renovating up the theaters to get more comfortable seating. And typically it was the old school small seats that weren't that comfortable. And he's the one that wanted
Oh my
recliners and a
god.
different variety. And that, well, some people may have looked at that and said, is that a good use of money? It in the end made a big difference in the enjoyment of the movies, right? And I
Yeah,
look at this in a similar light. I think that going down the road of laser projections, I think it's a smart idea. I'm not going to say the amount of money makes sense, but I'm also not a engineer. So I'm going to say that anything you can do to keep staying ahead of the curve keeps you the most relevant and keeps you at the front of the line. And I like that. I think it's smart.
yeah,
Is
yeah.
it worth the bang for the buck? I don't know, but I think it's smart.
It seems like a lot of money, right? To me, it seemed like a lot of money. When I heard that number, I was like, "Wow," I'm like, "That seems really expensive." But, I guess that technology must cost a lot of money, right?
I guess.
I'm
Yeah,
assuming.
we'll have to
Yeah,
see if the juice is worth the squeeze on that. But hopefully, people will be able to come out and say they feel that the quality is improved enough that it's worth their time to want to choose to go to an AMC theater. Like we've had YouTubers in this play talk about how they support the stock, but they won't go to an AMC theater because their local
I know.
AMC theaters is garbage, right? I'm not
Yep,
mentioning names, but like this might help improve some of those people to actually decide perhaps to go to the AMC theater, which I think is great.
for sure. Yep,
Um,
yep. I
And
had a
then
problem with my AMC theater, my local one. I didn't like going to the I did anyways because of that reason, because I'm a shareholder, but I didn't like going to my AMC theater. It wasn't that great. Yeah. I just did out of loyalty, right? Yeah.
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 Then we talked about co-branded credit cards, and he gave us a deadline of Q1 2023, if not sooner. So that could be in the next 3 months. We could see 3 to 4 months potentially, the AMC co-branded credit card. And just so people are on the same page, and I think your audience is on top of this. You have a smart audience, you and Tony both. But it's not that AMC is going to become a bank and get the interest rate off the credit cards. They get a branding fee. It's like you get to put AMC
Right.
on the credit
Just
card,
like
and the more
Trump.
people that right, the more right. There's a Trump hotel in Vancouver. Donald Trump does not own it. He
Right.
leases the Trump
Right.
name to the people who built the hotel, and they have a spa on the top part of the deal that it's Ivanka's spa with her name on it, right? But they don't own it,
Right.
but people think they own it. But you pay for that name, whether you like the name or
That
not. It's a
brand name.
recognizable name. So do you want an AMC credit card? And if there's 4.1 million individual retail investors that are feverish apes, you could make a case to a credit card company that you should brand a deal with us and give us a nice turn on the on the branding fees. So that's where
For
they'll get
sure.
the money. The more people that sign up for the cards, the more of a kickback AMC gets out of that. But hey, man, it doesn't really cost him anything. Adam Aaron's done it before, and
No.
why, right? Why
Right.
wouldn't he do it again? Hey, if it
And
makes his salary, I'm
and
happy.
yeah, yeah, and why couldn't you add some type of rewards to that credit card? So if you are using that credit card, you could be building up rewards with AMC, just to force them to use the card more, right? Because they are getting brand recognition, right? So if
Yep,
AMC is saying, "Hey, you can also use it in our theaters, and we'll give you a kickback," all the more time that the card's going to be used, right?
yep,
So I'm sure Visa or Mastercard, whoever is, they're down with that because hey, that's more profit in our pocket, sure, right?
right, exactly. Um, and I don't know enough about co-branded credit cards to even give anyone an indication what kind of money they could actually make out of it. I made a joke earlier where I said maybe we'll make Adam Aaron's salary out of it. I don't know if we can make 18 million off it. I'm just kidding around. But Tony Denaro became an expert in a very short time on precious minerals. So maybe Tony could help us understand co-branded credit cards.
Talking about Highcroft,
Well, and Tony did a great video on Highcroft, a
he
correct
did,
video on Highcroft,
he
might I add.
did, he did, he
And
did.
that information, but I'm joking saying Tony's spent all the time doing that. Maybe Tony can teach us about co-branded credit cards next, or maybe I need to do the work.
But-
I'm trying to
no,
offload that on Tony because he does a good job of it, man.
I still think he has 3 more days left of total breakdown of Highcroft because on Monday of last week, we were looking at it. We brought it on the phone for 2 or 3 hours, looking over the plot of land, getting some satellite shots, a whole bunch of stuff, right? And he just barely cracked the surface the other day of that video. So I know he has a lot more work to get done on that. But
And
he did an
here he is
awesome
saying,
job breaking that down.
a co-branded credit card's on his list. So here we here we go. Tony, I'm willing to help you out
His
this
ears
season.
were
I got
ringing.
some information. I'm willing to help you,
His
Tony,
ears.
if you want some help.
Yeah, touche.
Um,
He knows it. He knows that.
he's awesome.
Yeah.
Uh, Tony's legit. So
Yes, he
then
got
number
3 more Highcroft videos coming out first. I knew it. I'm like, he has more coming.
excellent.
He just didn't have time.
Because I can tell you, I actually spoke to the CEO of Highcroft, and I can tell you
Yeah.
Tony's information is spot on.
Yeah. He was
Okay,
referencing Diane all the times when he was going over some stuff with me last Monday and Tuesday. Yeah. Yep.
so I'll
Yep.
be eagerly anticipating his next Highcroft video.
Right.
Item
And you
six.
know the deal, Pantheon, right? You know what's up right now, right? You know what they're up against, right?
Yep, yep.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah, no, like the next big thing they got to do is once they finish the drilling program and they've got excellent results so far, is to then build the infrastructure for the next phase plant. And the cost of that is going to be around $900 million. And there will probably have to be dilution at some point in the future, but it won't be at least for the next year. Because once the drilling program is done and they can identify, and I'm sure Tony's either gone into this already, because I did watch his video, or he's gonna have it in his next streams. in next videos. But once they have the full minerals drilling program finished, which is going to be by the end of this year slash early Q1 of 2023,
Right. Yep.
then they produce the engineering drawings and the engineering diagrams to set up for the infrastructure they have to build. That takes time. And then they got to get the permits, the construction permits, get the construction company and get them to a fixed fee, et cetera, et cetera. All that's done. Then they start the construction of the plant. And that whole process can take up to 2 years. So, there's no dilution of Highcroft for this new plant coming at least in the next year. And a lot can happen between now and then. And Diane was very that these precious minerals companies, before they start doing the actual drilling but have the good results, they will run. Everyone, they run way before they actually get the stuff out of the ground. So before they even get the drilling going, they will start to appreciate in price. And her price buy-in was much, much higher than the current price. She was around, I think, 6, 7 or something like that bucks. So anyhow,
Okay.
but consider that a teaser for what Tony will take
It's
you to the
coming.
next level.
Yeah.
Yes, I'm
Yeah.
sure
Yeah.
Tony will take you to the next level on all of this stuff.
Yeah. He's definitely gonna level
Um,
you up. Get ready, player one. He's gonna level you up.
then
Yeah.
we talked about popcorn today, and he said it was going to hit the shelves in the first half of 2023. Now, originally they were trying to get that on the shelves for September of 2022. There's a major stocking of grocery stores in September of every year. There's typically two a year. I mean, they stock all the time, but a mega stock up, and they want to get their first run into that major stock up. Now that was September. Now we've missed it in 2022, so they're looking in the first half of 2023 to get the popcorn on the shelves. Ellen Kopikin is the person in charge of the branding officer VP for the new food division, and her background is fantastic. She's the right person for the job.
Yeah.
It's
Yes.
going to go.
We
They're not
talked about
rushing it.
this.
It's going to go
Yep.
well. And then the last thing was
Yeah.
about Highcroft, right? And those are the main things that he talked about before he went into the Q and A. And I got to tell you, I didn't have a problem with the earnings call today. It was what I expected from the Q3. Adam didn't. I saw some people. I was on Boss's Blunts when he was doing that today. He was streaming it live,
The
and
life.
there was people in the
Yeah.
chat mad that he wasn't talking more about Ape. I think he talked pretty clearly about Ape. He only sold what 14.9 million units of Ape out of 425 million. He only sold three and a half
Right.
percent of the Ape units. And if you start looking back, there's Casey Shaw's probably going to talk about this tomorrow. So check out Casey's show tomorrow because he's been looking at the time frame as to when those actually hit the market, and he's got an interesting take on it. I think people should check that out. Little plug for
Okay.
Casey. Hope you don't mind.
Okay. No, not at all. I sent him an apology letter this morning, so we're good.
You're welcome back. I mean, I don't speak for him, but I know you're welcome back.
I think he answered me back last night, and I think in that message he pretty much said like, "Matt was invited back. Like I never banned you in the first place, so you banned yourself."
Yeah,
But
I
I think
don't.
I
I
needed to
don't.
punish myself.
I don't speak for Casey in any way, shape, or form.
No,
But you didn't upset anybody.
I thought I might have. I thought I might have.
Yeah,
Because normally I hear from KC at least once in a while, but he seemed very cool about last night, so
the people love it
uh,
when you show up.
I appreciate it. Well, not that morning though, Pantheon. Were you there that morning for that? You
No,
were,
no,
right?
no. I
Oh,
heard
you
about it.
weren't?
No, no.
Yeah, that was very immature of me, and I never should have disrespected Casey's channel like that. Early in the morning, man, I was up on a late live stream last night. I had just got off the phone with that guy for 2 straight days, coming on me and Tony's live stream, talking about how he's being punished, and I don't really believe in free speech. And when he came in and said it again the next morning after I had just unblocked him, just steam came out of my ears, and yeah, I lost my lips for a little bit, but. I'm gonna try to. It's just a self-control thing, and I just figure I'll just take a step back for a little while. Maybe it's getting a little too personal with me and Steven Seibert. I wish him the best. Uh, sometimes the mods make mistakes. Sometimes I might make mistakes. Sometimes maybe Steven makes mistakes. We all make mistakes. But when it's a perpetual, continual thing over and over and over again, and you are rousting me when I have enough on my plate. At some point, I just snapped. So, but it was immature, and it's not something a professional YouTuber should be doing to another YouTuber, especially one who he considers a buddy or an ally. So,
Yeah.
But Casey was very nice about it today. So I will be back this week to come back in and give some encouragement, hopefully.
Well, I was there the night that on your show, Stephen was there, and we're not here to pick on anybody, but I will say
I
this.
don't know. I feel free to
I
pick.
no,
What? Help
I'm
yourself.
not gonna pick on Stephen. I'm just gonna say
Sure.
that's quite the collection. I'm gonna say, and people can disagree with me, and I don't care. Participating in somebody's YouTube channel is it's a privilege, not a right. Right. And when you come on and you post the same thing every third or fourth comment and start screaming, why is nobody looking at me? There's reasons these things happen. Sometimes people haven't gone on live chat and they're on top chat. And if you're on top chat, you only get a portion of the comments visible. So for
Right.
anybody here, look in the chat box, look at the top, and if it says top chat, change that, click that, drop it down, change it to live chat, and you will see every single comment. So if you've ever been on a live stream in the chat and you see somebody talking about somebody and you're thinking, I don't know what they're talking about, that's why you're missing it. Like there's
Correct.
rational reasons why things get missed. There's rational reasons, and people just need to calm down, and they don't need to demand. You don't charge them anything. You don't. You're not demanding anybody pay you anything to be here, right? So
No,
I
I'm
I,
on
I think
Casey's stream.
but I'm talking about what happened on your channel that night,
Oh,
right?
yes. Okay. Yeah. Sorry. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah.
And
Of course. Yep.
and I was there watching, and I think that
Yep.
people need to realize that participating with people who do these shows, it's a privilege, not a right. And you can be shut down. There's some channels that won't do it. There's others that will. I'm at the point now, if people want to mess with me, forget it. I'm just going to cut you out. I just don't care. I don't have time for this. It's not my job to get everybody on pace, right? So,
Yes.
your buttons were being pushed that night, in my opinion. And I think that you handled it well that night. I think your mods handled it well that night. Whatever happened the
Agreed.
next day in KC show, I don't know what happened there.
Well,
But you know what?
well,
Life life
he
life
came
moves on.
strolling right in. He came strolling right in saying,
Uh,
"Must be nice. It's a Massalorian has free speech on KC's live stream in the morning." I was like, "You motherfucker."
well, that's
I
uncalled
was like,
for.
"That's it." Yeah, yeah, and I lost it. And yeah, Steven Cybert's who I'm talking about. Sorry, chat. If there's some confusion, if it's Super Steven, no, no, no. No, not Steve Harvey, not Steven Spielberg. No, not even Steven Spaghetti. No, Steven Seibert is who I
So
was talking about. And look, again, we're not picking on him. That was just the gentleman I had the argument with that caused me to apologize to KC. So hopefully, you guys will see me back in the morning on KC's live stream in the morning. That's all.
that'd be cool, man. I like popping in there. I love being in there during the day when I can, especially with his he does in the last like hour, half hour of the day, he does a movie trivia, and it's
Oh,
fun.
really? Okay.
Yeah,
Before, like
yeah,
at
and
like what, like 3:30, like 3:30 in
something
the
like
afternoon.
yeah, right
Okay.
around that time frame, about 3:20, 3:30 your time is when he does movie trivia, and it's
Okay.
there's one guy named Censor Content, and the dude is faster than anybody else, and he's got all the answers, and so everyone's
With
trying to
movie trivia.
movie trivia, so everyone's trying to knock this guy off, man. It's pretty funny.
What time is it? Hold on a second. I gotta get in on this because
Get in
I
on it.
am big into movie trivia. We should do it on one night. I would like we should do it one night. We should do that one night. We should get a bunch of guys from our channels on and maybe a couple of the creators on, and maybe we could double up and have teams. I would love to do that movie trivia. That would be awesome.
Yeah, that'd be
Especially since
cool.
we're AMC channels. I mean, we should do that. That should. Yeah,
Yeah, yeah, because
100%.
always saying the trivia
Uh,
is rigged. He's in here saying it right now.
who said
I
that?
love you, Yucca Brita.
Who says that? Oh,
Every time he
to
says this is
Fizzler.
rigged. See
You
what
know, it's
else? What else the
funny.
trick is?
What?
Sorry, the other. No, you go ahead. It's your show. Go ahead.
I was just gonna say, back in the day, like 20 years ago, I had a buddy who had Trivial Pursuit game, and he would go around and mesmerize all the cards, all the answers on the back. So the most wildest, outlandish questions would come out, and I'd be playing this guy, and it would just be something like, and I'm not saying like I'm the smartest guy in the world or whatever, but I went to school for a while. I tried to pay attention. I think I got a pretty basic understanding, knowledge of most of the basic areas of science, geography, whatever. He was pulling out things from the Industrial Revolution that different inventions they came up, and looking at star maps and astrology and just things I mean, there's just no man on earth would be researching these things in their spare time, right? You weren't
Right.
taught them. The only way would be is if you were like literally studying the cards, asking yourself the questions and then turning them over, getting all the answers. After a while, you could probably memorize half the deck, right? And when you're
Yeah.
paying for when you're playing for cash, it becomes very incentivized to cheat. So we used to play True Pursuit for cash.
That's pretty hardcore.
It got pretty competitive. Yeah, I'm not joking. Yeah, we played. I mean, and that's my buddy that I'm living with right now. His brother was the one that we used to go head to head all the time for cash. And sometimes he'd take my money and be like, "How the f did you know that?" Like I'm like, I couldn't even pronounce that guy's name or what country he was from. How did you know that? Like you work at Advanced Autopilot. Where did you come up with the leader of Zimbabwe's National Free Press, like in 1976? He'd be like, boom, 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 just bust out the answer. I'm like, no, no way, bro. No way. You had to have read these guys. I'm sorry. Sorry. You went to the same high school I did. I know you are not that much higher educated than I am.
See, this stuff's much
All
easier.
right.
Let me give you an example. And
Sure.
sometimes I can put the answer in before Casey's even finished the question. Let me give you an example of one of his actual questions. Okay. And interrupt me
Okay.
if you know the answer to this before I finish. Okay. So he says, in the 1979 famous war, there was a 1979 famous war movie that included the phrase, "I
Apocalypse
love the
Now.
smell." That included so finish the word I'm missing. I love the smell of blank in the morning. 1979 war movie. There you go. Done. Right? I mean,
Napalm. Yeah.
yeah, the answer is napalm. I mean, that's just one example, but like I'm not saying they're easy. There's some tough questions on there. Like, what was the first year the Academy Awards were handed out? I don't know.
Oof.
I
Boy,
didn't get that one right.
50s, right?
It was 1929.
1929, really?
Who knew? But that's where this dude
Wow.
censored content. He's fast, man. He's like
Wow.
a cyborg. Yeah, he's good. He's good. Come and help us take him down.
I would like to I would like to do that. I would like to do that. By the way, for the chat, the guys earlier, one of my uncles on my mother's side of the family won an Academy Award for Apocalypse Now for cinematography. So I was telling
Wow.
people in the chat that earlier. Yeah. Someone was asking, I was saying I wanted to, I want to continue talking about politics and movies and all these other things going forward, as well as the stock market. And, the reason why I went out to film school in California in the first place. Oh, we talking about me moving to California. And just to go out there to try to get my hand out working behind the camera in Hollywood, right? I didn't want to be an actor. I wanted to work on cinematography or set design, production design, anything like that. Anything like that, I would have done, right? But yeah, so Apocalypse Now. He was if you look him up, his name's Dean Tarot. He's from Lowell, Massachusetts. Drake at Lowell, Massachusetts. He did Godfather 1, 2, 3. He did Apocalypse Now. Anything Coppola did, he did pretty much. So he's got a lot of good stuff under his belt. I hope someday he leaves me an Academy Award, but I doubt it. I doubt I'll get it. Probably not.
If you show up and you want to help
Let's
with
see.
this, if you show up and you want to do this tomorrow, just know that Casey tells people this, but you still see people that don't do it. Hit the live button to make sure you're 100% current, so you can hear him talking live. Because
Okay, gotcha.
you'll see him move on to the next question, and while people are answering
Yeah,
question 2, somebody's answering question 1, and
got it.
they don't hit live, right? So they're behind. I mean, they probably
Gotcha.
hit the answer first. Here's a little tip. Sorry, your
What
show.
time?
What do you want to talk about?
What time is that on Pantheon? What time does he do that?
He does it in the last hour of the trading day. Sometimes he can get at it at
Nice.
20 minutes after. Sometimes it's 30. Today it was tight. It was like 40 after, but he was in some real detailed stuff today. So yeah, in that last hour of the trading day, pop
Okay.
in, say hi. After
Okay.
he does the numbers every hour, right?
All right.
Well, let's
Yeah.
talk about you.
Yep. Yep. Yep.
How you doing?
Talk about me.
Yeah.
I'm doing good, man. But honestly, Pantheon, I'm so sick of talking about me, bro. I mean, honestly, I really am. I can't stand talking about myself. I really want to talk about a couple things. I want to talk about, um, well, a few things. First, I want if there was any possibility, if next week, if we could get on and brainstorm between a couple of us and come up with some ideas and maybe look into some candidates. Maybe we can even live stream it and see if we can make some phone calls around some candidates to find out if there's going to be anyone who's going to take up the mantle to bring some legislation to the floor for retail. A bunch of new people are just about to be coming into Congress. They're going to be sworn in next January, and you know, maybe and a lot of these people seem like they have legit concerns and that they want to help out and they want to make a difference in DC. They want to, wreck the swamp or whatever. I would love to be able to get people on with me who I respect, who are comfortable knowing that they can open their mouth and say anything, and we'd still be okay. We'd still be okay by the time the conversation is over, right? But I really want to reach out to maybe some of the newer, younger Congress people who are just getting elected, who I'm not going to try and say invulnerable right now, but they are going to try to create a fan base, right? They're going to try to, especially if they're doing a grassroots campaign where they're running through small donations and not super PACs. All we need is one brave congressman or woman to bring the bill to the floor. And then the pressure is on them. You call them to the floor to actually make the vote in person, right? And then we know who's with us and who's against us. Very simple. And 2024 is right on the corner. Before you know it, it'll be here. And Lou will be in his second year as a mall Santa. I said in this chat the other day, I said, Lou, if God forbid GTII doesn't go to $100, just head right to the mall November 1st. You'll be able to get a job as a mall Santa and make all that money back. Just don't trim the beard.
I think it's a good idea. I think it's a
I
great
did
idea.
too. I did too. I'm like, listen, man, if you get desperate because GTI ain't moving, you head down to the mall and you already have the beard ready to go. There's not much else. You got the belly. What do you have any thoughts on GTI at all? And if you don't, just say no, I don't, and we'll move right on.
No, I don't.
Okay. See you later. Let's see here. Hey Pantheon, good to hear ya. Laugh
Hey,
says
Jeffrey.
Jeffrey. Actually, Pantheon, somebody just had a question they wanted me to ask you. I gotta find it. Okay, hold on. I skipped past.
Thanks, Jeffrey. I see there's challenges in here about 90210 trivia. Oh, you're going to be in a tough spot with me on that one.
Oh yeah. Pantheon's good with 90210 trivia. Very good. Very good.
Although he did name his
He's
son
very
after
good.
Dylan McKay, so you get a free point for that one.
Who did?
Oh, who said that? Who said that? It's one of your. Well, you've got all good apes, but it was one of your good ape.
Oh really?
Who's that here?
Okay.
Andrew. Was it Andrew?
Oh, could be. Yeah.
There we go.
Your
Yeah.
Frenchies?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. He's a good one. He named his son
Okay, I
after
found
Dylan
it.
McKay. Now that's dedication. But Andrew, do
That
you know what
is.
name?
That's some love.
Andrew, do you know what the name of Donna Martin's clothing store was that she shared with Kelly Taylor? What was the name of that store? And don't look it up on the internet. I'll type it into the chat here just to mess.
Yeah,
I know this is not what we're. There we go. Oh, I spelled it wrong.
I could probably figure
We'll
it
do
out.
902 with trivia.
That's what it's
All right.
called?
Anyways, that's what it was called.
Okay.
I know we don't want to hijack this and talk about Beverly Hills 90210. So.
Oh no, it's fine. It's fine. That was one of my favorite shows growing up. What do you want me to do? Look at me, dude. Deny it?
That was a hell of a good show.
Sit here and deny it that I wasn't in love with Johnny Gas. Come on.
Did you notice that they repeated grade 12 twice?
No, did they? To make another season?
The first season, you had Brandon and
the car
Brandon
accident?
and Brendan, and Dylan and all them. They were only 12 in the first season. Or no, sorry, they were grade 11. And then right, and then like David was just coming into grade 10, right, to senior high.
Yes, he was like a sophomore.
Right, season 2, they all repeated grade 11 and 10 again, and then season 3 was grade 12, but nobody ever caught that.
Wow. And the whole world missed that. Shows how wrapped up we were in the damn show, right? Like, just give it to us. We don't care. Just feed
Yes,
us.
Andrew. Andrew, I was serious about that question, and the second question is gonna be, what was the license plate of Steve Sanders' car? You wanna go there? Let's go there. I like Andrew. I'll
Ian Ziering's car, the white convertible. Is that what he had? Ian
yeah,
Ziering?
I'm gonna put the license plate in the chat for you to look at, just in the
Okay.
private chat.
Yep.
Yeah. Can you tell what that says? You can say it out loud. It's fine.
Oh, I ate a for RE. I ate for free. I ate for
I ate
free.
I ate a Ferrari.
I ate a Ferrari.
Street
Oh, I
racing.
ate a Ferrari. Okay. Yes. Yes. Yes.
I ate a
Okay.
4RE, and the name of her store was
Really?
Just Wear This. All right, I've
I
embarrassed
didn't know
myself
that.
enough, but you know what?
Why did I just lose Pantheon's audio? Why did I just lose Pantheon's audio? Pantheon, you there?
Yeah, I'm here. Hello, sir.
Okay, just want to make sure you're up on the screen. Okay.
Yeah,
Real
I
quick,
can
Pan,
see me on the screen.
before okay.
Sorry.
Someone you could ask Pantheon if he's going to invest in the Disney R and Adrian F documentary film. Is that something new you guys are working on?
Can you put it on the screen?
Yeah.
What is this question?
Hold on.
Danny, I was almost that embarrassed, Danny. I did it to myself.
Uh,
By the way, while you're pulling that up,
yeah,
I thought you were gonna be streaming, like, earnings and then all day through
you
I thought
heard
you
that,
said
right? You
yeah,
heard
you
that,
were
right?
thinking of
I
it.
was gonna go like
Yeah.
a long, yeah, okay. So what happened was I went out this afternoon, got all of the hardware that I thought I needed to hang these shades because my problem is this first set of windows here are probably 8 feet high. Then above that, there's another 6 to 7 foot window. And that 6 to 7 foot window across the top lets in way too much light. I mean, it is so bright in here. I can't see my screens. I can't cut, edit film. I can't do anything. So I had to go today to get all of that material to try to put it up. And unfortunately, I went to Ace, and Ace doesn't sell blinds anymore or anything like that. So I started MacGyvering with all kinds of L brackets and weird wing nuts. It just turned into a shit show. And I said, you know what? Tonight it'll be I'm not just realized just a big Pantheon with
Yeah. They're just getting my static ugly mug. I like the setup when you had me on the side, you had you, and then you had a black and white shot of you from above. That was kind of a cool little setup. Sorry, keep
So
going.
I do like that setup too. I do like that setup too. And that was the good. So the one that came like right over the top Pantheon,
Yeah,
like down at the desk.
yeah,
Yeah,
and it was in
I
black
like
and
that
white,
one
and
too.
you
I
had
like
that
that one
below
too.
your
Yep.
current
Yep.
image now. It was kind of a cool little juxtaposition. Sorry.
Yeah.
So you
I mean,
yeah,
I do like having the desk here, which is kind of cool. Like, it's nice having the desk. This like this angle, at least for like what I'm doing, you can tell that I'm actually working, and not just slack off playing solitaire while I'm talking to you guys. Um, yeah, it's kind of cool. But I think you're right. I think the one that I had way back when, I really did like that one a lot. I did like that one a lot. I was a big fan. All right, let's get back to the questions here from the chat. All right. Let's see. Bucks fans in the house. Good evening. Um, oh, did you get the Tory spelling? Did anyone see the Tory spelling question?
No, I
It's
said it
about
out
the
loud.
name of the clothes shop? Oh, you did? Okay, okay, okay.
Hey, before you get into the questions,
Jessica Alba. Yeah,
can I say one thing?
yeah,
I want to
sure.
compliment you on your setup. The way you had it turned to the door and you had all your stuff set up. That was a pretty cool set, man.
Oh, yeah, 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 it's going back to that tomorrow. I just didn't want to have to take all this apart again tomorrow to get back up to hang the rest of the shades. So it was getting late. I said, "I'm gonna throw some stuff behind here, and tomorrow we'll be back in the normal spot." So, you do like that position, though, that corner
Yeah.
position?
Yeah, man, that looks
Cool,
good. That's
cool,
well designed. I'm impressed. And you built all that too,
cool.
didn't you?
That's why it took me so long, 'cause I did it, yeah.
It's nice.
Yeah, that's why it took forever. Pantheon. Yeah, if I had called in a pro, they probably could have had that done in, what, less than a week, maybe? But yeah, it was just, it was a small, stupid, tedious stuff. It was trying to get the doors level. When you have two, I have opposite sliding doors coming from two different sides of the wall. There's just a lot of intricacies. I had to drop, all kinds of different areas on the wall so I could not have cords hanging everywhere. It takes a lot to design it so it looks like a set and not a room, right? Not a lounge. So, but thank you, man. I appreciate the compliment because I really did try to put a lot of work into it. Make sure when I came back, it was going to look nice and it would be aesthetically pleasing for people um, who are watching the upload or the live stream or whatever it happens to be, right? But thank you, man. I appreciate the compliment. Thanks. Appreciate you, bro. I see people in the chat talking about Jessica Alba and Eva Mendes. Is this a battle between the two? Who's hotter?
Which one of those two was on 90210?
Couldn't have been Jessica Alba. Must have been Eva Mendes.
Jess
Had to be.
Jessica Alba.
Really?
Yes, sir. Before she was on Dark Angel, she was on 90210. You see how everything comes full circle. It's true.
Seriously, seriously. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, yeah, yeah. By the way, did you know that the once next in line to be Princess of York, after she complained about her sexual role on White Collar, did a scene like a couple months later on 90210 where she was going down the guy in the front seat while they were parked in front of the school?
In the first episode. Yeah.
You do that?
Yeah. Oh yeah, yeah. And she was on Suits, not White Collar.
Suits, I'm sorry. I'm sorry, yeah.
Yeah, no, that's all good.
Uh
It's all good.
that's I gotta say, you know,
Yeah, that's
I
her.
could be a hypocrite from time to time, but that's a hypocrite, like from blow hypocrite. Hypocrite. Big time,
And
right?
she wasn't even like a main cast member. That's an interesting role to
Yeah,
take. But
she
hey,
was just a
it's
throwaway slut in the front seat.
oh,
you know?
it's work. Yeah, it's work. She's an
It's
actress.
work, I guess. You're
Yeah.
right. You're right. You're right.
All right.
Listen, you say you get a 9-0, you go for it, right?
I could dig into that, but I'm not gonna. We've done enough of that tonight.
Okay, okay, okay. What's Dark Angel? Dark Angel was a show with Jessica Alba?
Yep. It was
Okay.
who did it? Joss Whedon, I think, did it. Maybe not
Okay.
Joss Whedon. Yeah, it was this futuristic world where cities were divided into little sectors, and you weren't allowed to leave your sector because they were scanning you. And if you left your sector, then you got in trouble. Ooh, sounds like what's coming in 2030. Oh, don't go there. Yeah, it was a futuristic
Or
sci-fi
20
show.
or
She was like a
2035.
clone. Yeah. Anyways,
Well, the good thing is John Kerry told us yesterday that Joe Biden will have us all drive electric cars by 2035. So congratulations to him.
here we go. Guess I'll have to get mining that cobalt faster. But hey, Highcroft can sell them the silver.
Fuck.
You okay?
The cord's like in my ass. All right, there we go. Adrian was asking me what kind of vapes I use. So, Adrian, I use the same brand, just different flavors. So, this brand right here is called the Hype. I don't know if you can see it up close. It might not show too well, but it's called America, and the next one is America, and what's that? Oh, grape, and then I have sour apple and brew frost right here. All same company, the Hype. They are the best vapes I've ever had. They're the lowest nicotine, and they taste awesome, and they make the coils last forever for some reason. So I use Blue Hype, the Hype. I love their product. Really good stuff. Couldn't rave about it more. But yeah, that's it. Okay. Are we making a documentary or what? Oh, Pantheon.
I don't know anything about it, but it sounds like a lot of fun.
Okay, gotcha. Okay, gotcha. Just another rape. Oh, Super Steven. Yeah. Everyone knows we weren't talking about Super Steven, right? We talking about Cybert. I hope Super
Uh,
Steven knows that.
Super Steven's
I hope. I
awesome.
hope. Yeah. I think there were some people that were getting confused. I think there's some people getting confused. Yeah, Adrian, I don't know where you'd be able to find Hype around here. I usually have to go to New Hampshire before I move to get it. But if you can find it, I would say Hype is one of the best brands I've ever tasted, hands down. It is great taste. It lasts a long time. It doesn't burn the coil out too fast. And I don't know. It's just overall, it's one of the best vapes I've ever tried. And it's done wonders for me trying to quit smoking. I mean, I am getting so close to like finally being done with butts. Oh my god, what a true. I never thought I'd be saying that sometimes. Jeff Roach says that's good. I wish I can average down, but my average cost in MC is damn it. Damn, Jeff, you're fast typing. Hold on. I want to finish your comment, Jeff, so I don't miss over it. Oh, I see Loa in the chat. Good morning, Loa. If Pantheon, if you end up seeing his chat, will you let me know?
Sorry, who's chat?
Oh god. Damn, I have the worst short-term memory. This is the third time tonight getting called out. By the way, MC, thank you, brother. Appreciate it, man. How you doing tonight, MC?
Good work,
MC,
Jeffrey.
any updates for us, MC? What that we could listen to right now? All right. Is Mass reenacting that scene 90210? Which scene is that?
The scene in the car when you went to get your headset, Tony.
Oh.
Well played. Well
Little
played.
Rondo never hurt anyone, right? Uh, let's see here. Gus says Jeffrey Rocha, that's good. Yeah, no problem, Adrian. Lois says, "Good morning, Mass. Just tweeting after 14-hour workday. Hey, man, that's a hell of a day. Good for you. Can't believe Adam was eating. Oh, that's what pissed me off. Thank you very much, Loa. The one thing that bothered me the most about the space call, as soon as he got off with his first couple sentences, I heard him stuffing his face in the background. Now, granted, I'm sure there's at a big conference room that's probably catered with all kinds of food sitting around, but you're in the middle of an earnings call. Can you do it right before we get on or right after? Or do you need to do it when you know you got a question coming right around the corner? It almost sounded like, yeah, I got you. Um, it almost seems like he really didn't care, you know? Like,
I think it was a cough drop.
oh, was it?
That kind of
See,
sounded to me
man,
at
why you
first.
get
At
me
first,
all?
it sounded what?
I'm
Sorry,
about
go ahead.
to, I'm like, Loa, why you get me all riled up? I think Loa just likes to see me riled up sometimes.
Well,
It could be a cough shot. Maybe you're right. Is he sick?
at first I thought maybe he's sampling the popcorn flavors. It sounded like he was going to give us some big popcorn announcement, but after a while, it sounded more like it was a cough drop.
Okay. Alright, that would makes more sense. I mean, that seems so weird for Adam Adamant to be eating while he's being questioned on a space call to millions of people. It just seemed very weird for him to act that way.
Did you watch It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia?
Like the show Faithfully? No. I know
Okay,
some of the premise of it and the characters, that's about it.
there's an episode where Danny DeVito's character is gonna get robbed, and he pulls out his sidearms, right? And so they put
Uh-huh.
him on the news. They're giving him this great scene. You got to check it out, guys, on YouTube. He's getting on the news, and they're giving him this like, you're the citizen of the week kind of thing. How did you hold off these guys? And he's talking about blasting these guys with this. But before he starts talking, he pulls out a sandwich and starts chomping on the sandwich as he's on TV. And you got me thinking of that. As I'm sitting
Of
there,
that?
Adam Aaron just late sitting back, popping his face full of popcorn and hot dogs.
I was thinking more like a lobster roll and, I don't know, I was thinking more along other lines of food, but I thought maybe, he had some catered sandwiches maybe or some pastries. I don't know. I swore maybe it was because I was so high up on the ladder I couldn't hear as good, and I was listening through Tony's live stream, so it was coming through the computer. That also could have something to do with it, right?
I could be wrong,
Um,
but I think it was a cough drop. But one guy
okay.
let his phone ring off for quite some time. I'm gonna blame Sean Goodman for that.
That too, like, that is something that should be like, "Guys, fucking clear your cell phones out or don't bring them in, whatever it takes. We're on an earnings call with a company and our people who have drug us up out of the mud, and, let's show them a little respect, right? That's all you can
Hey,
do, right? That's all I
but
ask."
what are YouTubers talking about right now? We're talking about them eating food and phones going off. We're not talking about the call. So maybe they're geniuses.
That's a good point. Maybe this is all a plan so that we
I'm
won't
just
focus
kidding.
on the real issues and be like, "I can't believe he was eating a seafood salad.
There
How
you go. See,
disgusting."
Tony says they were test tasting the top four new AMC popcorn flavors. Yeah, he
It's
probably was on
possible.
the yeah,
It's
he was on the
possible.
ketchup flavor when he answered the first question.
Maybe it's a new dry sprinkle, a new dry rub. Who knows? Who knows? Who knows? Alan says, Alan Andruski says, God damn it, I don't like having control. I don't like not being in control of the middle chat. I'd rather just be able to get right on that middle chat and move it as I like it. All right. Hey, Mass, did you went too fast? All right, one more time.
Huh.
I'm gonna put it up too, so I don't lose it.
That's an interesting comment from Alan.
You can read it, okay? Because I still haven't been able to get it yet. All right, here it comes.
Yeah.
Says, "Hey, Mass, did you know my father took the Canadian government to court and was the first Canadian to receive a pot grow and smoke license? He legalized pot in Canada. They call him the pioneer of pot." Alan, you share the same name with him, Andruski? That's pretty amazing. That's pretty
Elmwood.
amazing.
He's from
Elmwood?
Elmwood. Elmwood area man
Where is
vows
that?
to
What?
hold on a sec. I don't want to out our friend here in the chat, but I'm just
Oh
looking
my
it up.
god, the size of the
I said it.
provinces in Canada?
Yeah, we don't have many people though. We got lots of land.
That's true. Good point. That's a good point. Good point. Good point.
Yeah. No, I
Yeah,
found
I
the
guess it
article
wouldn't be
about
that
your
hard to
father.
find someone in a province, huh? Okay. Really?
It's
Okay.
interesting stuff. Yeah, it's interesting. He's legit. Cool story.
So, Alan, was he able to do that by just growing on his own property and, saying, like, "I have the right to grow a plant on my property"? Is that how it started? I remember the one girl in Canada who quit her job on national TV in the middle of a, story she was doing about a weed shop, and she was like, "Fuck it, I'm going to start my own," and then just, like, quit and walked off the set. Do you remember that, Pantheon?
Nope.
The night they legalized it in Canada, there was
Yeah.
a young black girl, she was reporting on it, and she quit that night. It was a huge news story, it blew up all over the place.
Oh
You
no, I
remember?
remember. Yes, I remember that now. Yeah,
Do you
that was
remember that?
awesome. Yeah, huh?
You
Okay, okay,
That
yeah.
was awesome. That was one of the best FUs I've ever heard to a news station. That was great. Yep. Yeah,
She
that was
she
pretty
dropped
great.
she
That was
dropped a
pretty
few
good.
bombs. was like, "Effing,
She
I'm out of
did,
here."
yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah. Yeah, she did. Yeah, yeah. Yep, she did. She did. Bonus, they can both leave because they can't kill each other out. Loses. All right, let's see here. Larry David, yeah, big fan of Larry David too.
absolutely.
Curb was a good show. Yeah, very was. Have you watched any the Dragon yet?
Nope,
Pantheon? No? Okay.
nope, not a single episode.
Okay.
Nope.
Okay. Did you ever watch Game of Thrones?
Yes, sir. The whole run. I
But
watched it
not
twice.
not into Game of Thrones yet? Have you tried House of Dragon or you just not interested?
No, it just first I wanted to wait till it was done so I could stream it in one shot. And second,
That's what I was
it's
waiting
been
for.
an extremely busy last 2.5 months with a lot of personal life stuff, good stuff that I've been extremely busy on. And that's why I haven't, I made one video in the last 2.5 months, right? One live stream. So
Yep.
just too busy to bother with that, but it's on the list. I'll get to it. And I heard
Okay.
Tony say the finale was really good, so I'm very interested
Yeah, he
to
said it
get
was
to that.
stellar. So, and if Tony's saying that, then yeah, 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 because usually it takes a lot to impress him. So, AMC should have dedicated smoking and drinking rooms. Just imagine being able to sit back and watch the big screen and smoke some bud and drinks. Yeah, I mean, you would have to get it federally legalized though, because AMC falls under all those FDIC. They didn't have their money insured. No one's going to give them loans if they feel like that there's a potential that the feds could come in and seize their money. You know what I mean? You're playing a game there without having full support of the federal government. Uh, and Joy's Way says, Mass, just hopped on. What was your take on the DRS inside job everyone is talking about? I don't know about the inside job. The only thing I heard tonight about DRS is that we barely have 5 million of the shares, which is about, I want to say, I don't even know if the figure was right. I thought I heard 15%, but that's not right. Not of 500 million. It's like 1%, isn't it?
Yeah.
How much is 1%, right?
Yep.
Yeah. So
We're,
we got a
we're
ways
AMC's
to go.
AMC's DRS is nowhere near as far as GME's.
GMEs. Yeah. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. For sure. We got a ways to go. Ways to go. Ways to go. Let's see here. Yeah, that Alan, that's pretty awesome, man. That's a pretty crazy story. You should be writing a book on that right now, man. Because you guys really launched the whole pot thing. I mean, I remember when I was going up to Vancouver like 12 years. It was like all the rave. Like everyone was like, "When you come back from Vancouver, bring me some BC bud." I'm like, dude, I'm not. No, not risking that at the airport. Sorry, you want to go get it? Go get it yourself. Um,
You see
are
the
you in the
next.
camp that we need to do it? What's up?
I just was going to say, Alan's got the continuation of this saga. This is one hell of an interesting story. The Super 7 draw is a lottery, and it became what's now known as the Lotto Max in Canada. And he says his father was the last person to win the Super 7 before they changed the name to Lotto Max. This guy has
To
led a
get
very
a
Alan's father has led a very, very interesting life. Yes, it's
okay, and that
cool, man.
allowed him to get a permit before he had to go try and fight for it.
Oh, I don't know about that part,
He
but
was one of
just
the last offered a permit.
no,
Okay,
he won the lottery.
okay,
He won
gotcha.
cash
Okay,
money
okay,
in the
okay.
lottery. Yeah, no, he's led an interesting life. Yes, I I'd be
Oh,
curious
he
to hear
won
more
the.
about it someday, Alan.
Oh, gotcha.
Not the
Yeah,
we don't have
Alan.
we don't have a Powerball, but the Super 7 beat Lotto Max. The Lotto Max is like starts at 10 million and gets up to $70 million. That's as big as we get here, but that's a big
70
deal.
million. Yeah, that's a lot of money. That's a lot of money, especially in Canadian dollars. Yeah. Who Mass, thoughts on D-Walk from guys. Listen, I don't know why this announcement of him running for presidency is gonna cause D-Wack to fly out of control. What's the thought process behind that? What how does that bring value to DWAC? for me to say, yeah, I could see myself buying some calls on DWAC maybe for I don't know what I closed at today, but what's my benefit there? Where am I what am I missing? Because I've been thinking since he left the White House back in January 2021, he was coming back in 2024. So it's always been in the back of my head. Does that cause me to rush out and Brady Weed? No. But if you think there's a reason behind it, definitely let me know, bro. I'm all ears. I don't know how. I really don't know why DWAC, based off an announcement of Trump as president, would really take off. Any different thoughts, Pantheon?
No, I think Tony talked about this before I jumped over here and said that he thought the only thing that would really make it run would be some kind of an announcement from Trump. I haven't I haven't dug into this. I stay with AMC, so
Yeah,
it makes sense. I mean, if it's his platform and he's going to be sending messages on there, and you want to be on a place where your guy doesn't get censored, then you might get a flood of people signing up over there, and maybe that's going to be a big subscriber push. I don't know, but
right.
I could see that being the case.
Oh yeah,
I mean, they
me
they banned
too.
him off Twitter, right? I mean, I understand that Elon owns it now, but I guess when Whoopi Goldberg leaves, it'll leave room for Trump to come back.
I saw a lot of conflicting ideas, Elon. We'll have to talk about it some night. Not tonight, but we'll have to some night. Let's see. Gus said, "Oh yeah, we saw that the smoking and drinking room." Yeah, I mean, listen, I wouldn't have a problem with that. I don't know how successful it would be for selling tickets in there. Maybe who knows? Maybe a lot of kids would go in there and drink and eat. I mean, it's very possible, right? Very possible. Is running it. All I know is Trump is linked to True Social, and him running is just pure hype. So you don't think that Trump's gonna run, Gus? I think you're sadly mistaken, my friend. After what they just put him through with this January 6th bullshit. Oh, I think he's gonna run. He might not win, but I think he's gonna hope he's gonna win, and I think he's gonna take a little bit of payback. I really do because they dragged his name through the goddamn mud for no reason, and And if even for a second, the American people all stood up together and were like, "We need to get to the bottom of this." January 6th was an outrage. We can never allow something like that to happen again. Putting your feet on Pelosi's desk, walking away with the thing that she talks from, staying in between the velvet lines, taking selfies with police, putting bear spray in some policeman's face. If that's what we're talking about, the end of democracy being, I don't know, man. I don't know. I just think we got bigger problems than that right now. And the more the Democrats want to refuse to acknowledge how mad they have fucked up this economy in the last 8 months. And someone said to me earlier something about that. Oh no. That was happening before Biden came into office. We were already on the decline because of the pandemic. Listen, I don't know that the pandemic wasn't something that was released on purpose so that they could get Trump out because he was steamrolling into April. And all of a sudden, the pandemic came across that made him look like an idiot. He started talking about shooting yourself up with bleach and blah, 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 being out in the sun. And he sounded a little loony. And Fauci and everyone else sounded like they knew what they're talking about, even though now we know they fucking didn't know what they were talking about. They were lying maliciously and maybe in good faith to try to help the health workers by, holding back on all the masks that they needed to care for those who were sick. But they lied many, many times and continued to lie about herd immunity, about natural immunity, about the leaky part of the vaccine. Lie, 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 lie. Um, over and over and over and over again. So I just don't trust. Uh, wh- Was I trying to answer a question with that, or was I just going on a rant?
Your rants are legendary.
I know, bro, but what was that? But Pantheon, help me out. Was I supposed to be answering a question now, and I just went too far, or was that
It
enough?
doesn't matter. Let's just keep
Okay,
rolling. This
just
is
keep rolling.
we're
Keep
making
going.
yeah. Don't stop the cameras.
All right. Who's leaking? Pfizer's leaking. Pfizer's CEO is gonna be leaking if I got my hands on him. DRS AMC or not? That is the question. So let me just say enjoys waves. What have we seen so far with DM or DRS and GameStop? And they're way over 50%, I believe, right? Do you think Pantheon's? I've heard it's over 50%, Dave, of DRS so far, right?
Don't quote me on it, but I think that's what I've heard too.
Something like that, right?
Something like that.
And compared to last time before the split, when you down, have things really changed that much? Not really, right? Not really. Not really, not really. Uh Singster says, Pantheon, how soon before the powers to be crash the economy and market? If so, what markers or black swan events are you looking for? Can I ask you a quick question? Singster,
Sure.
why do you think that the powers that be want to crash the economy and the market right now? Because they want to implement CBDC? What would be their reasoning behind that? And while I'm waiting for that answer, you want to touch on that, Pantheon? What you think?
You know what? It doesn't matter if I talk or if I don't talk about any given topic. There's always somebody looking to shoot me from the back. So I'm going to gracefully bow out of the DRS conversation. I'm still going to
Okay.
get crapped on for doing that. I just don't
No,
want to even
no
talk
matter
about it.
what. Okay.
I don't want to talk about it.
Okay. Were you
Yeah.
ever
So
involved with all that DRS stuff?
no,
Okay. Okay.
I never got
I
involved.
wasn't
I'm
sure.
not saying I'm against it. I'm not saying I'm for it. I never got involved in it.
Me neither. Me neither. Yeah, I never got involved
There's
with
other
it. Yeah.
there's other people far more informed about that who can talk about it. I'm not even going to
Sure.
go there and just watch.
Sure.
I'm still going to get crapped on. It is what it is.
Sorry,
No, I'm
buddy.
not kidding. Hey, hey,
I didn't mean to do
it's
that.
okay. It's okay. I got big shoulders.
Gus says, damn, it's 3 a.m. I gotta bring my kid to school a little later. That's Tony and everyone, and I'm gonna add Pantheon in there, Gus, since he's on with me right now. Yeah, man. Thank you for coming by, Gus. Appreciate you, man. I hope you're all right with those earnings calls, and I hope you're all right with the so far the elections. I'm gonna pull up a screen. I want to see what's going on with the elections real quick, guys. I'm gonna shift subjects for 1 second. Jump into some races. And then I have to run to the bathroom real quick. You got me going higher. All right, here we go. Oh, the GOP is up by 1 seat right now, 47 to 46. As of right now, GOP has lost a seat and the Dems have gained a seat. So total seats. Oh God, shit! You guys can't even see this. Sorry, guys. I'm a dumb. Sorry.
Who's 11JM11 referring to? The amusing thing is
What?
you continually tell half the story. There are more layers to everything going on. I don't know if he's talking about me or talking about you.
Half the story.
I don't know. Be a little
What
more
was I just
clear,
talking about right
11JM11.
before? Yeah, what was I just talking about right before that? Did I just cut off? Uh, what was I talking
You were going
about
to check out
right before
you were
that?
going to check out the election stuff and then you were
Oh,
going
check
to
out the elections. Yeah.
take a bio break.
I want to see. I wanna, yeah. Well, that's I mean, any normal human being would say a line like that right before they're about to check out the election results and take a piss. That's the end of the line. That's where the line stops. That's my
Yeah.
sentence.
Like we're seeing
Uh,
Senate is still tied 48-48.
yeah, you see it? Yep. Okay.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna put it on the
Yeah, I'm looking
screen
at
so
my
you
phone.
guys can see it. Hold on. Yeah. I just want to be able to the rest of the audience to be able to see it. Chrome tab, electrical races.
I'm on the Fox News site here on my phone, and it's not projecting well.
This is as of 3:08 a.m. Okay, so let's see, guys. I'll put them for you just to get an idea of what we're talking about here, and I will take off all of. I'll hide the messages just so you get an idea of where we're coming from. All right. I don't know what happened to. I don't even know what happened to Lois' question. But anyways.
Just
The
Another
chat
Apes checking out the
shut off. There we
definition
go.
of
Jesus
Pantheon.
Christ.
You're correct, Just Another Ape. It's a temple to the gods in
A
Italy.
couple different. It's got a couple definitions.
Yeah, it's like the
Yes.
Pantheon is like the
It
name
does have
of a
another. The precipice. Yeah.
like the collection of the gods. It's like the Pantheon of gods, but that's not why I use it. It's the name of my favorite building in the world. I'm an architect, and I'm interested in
Right.
it. So that's the logo, aka. But Super Steven is correct. All right, what do we got going on here?
It's here. Hello. Hey, Highway Frog to 47. Oh, they're up. Oh, shit. Wow, it's gonna be a lot closer. I thought like 4 or 5 seats the other way to what everyone's witnessed over the last 18 months. I really am. I gotta say, sense of reaction to be called out was founded by us. Which is unfair. Get out of my mouth is always revolution. I'm looking for that. I want to just enjoy my life. I'm a quiet part of my life right now. I just want to settle down and relax. To Don Quixote. Yeah, it's a very close race right now, huh? Jeez.
Yes, it is.
Unbelievable.
The house the house isn't quite as close. The
Good.
house is more projectable.
Okay, let me see if I can find a picture of the house so far.
What I'm seeing, it's around 198 Republican
In
to
the house.
168 Democrats, with 218 being the magic number. So it looks like it's projectable for the
Whoa, that's
Republicans.
30 or 40. That's gonna be a smoke show.
Yeah,
Holy
they just need 20
smokes.
more. 20 more out of
All
69. So
right.
that looks pretty favorable.
So now, how does that help Sundial at all? Nope. Nope. Won't help Sundial. Here we go. We're here. 198. Yeah, you're right. To 168. You can see. Hang on, guys. Give me one sec. I will pull it up so you can see. Wow. I can't believe they smoked 30 seats. They're down seats, right? So they've got more than 30. They were down more seats than the Republicans did.
Your voice is cutting in and out a little bit, sir.
Just one of two reasons. All right, let me just refresh my page for 1 second, Pantheon. Hang on 1 sec, please.
Hey, you sound good right now.
Probably because I wasn't talking.
Danny
didn't say
got me. I did
anything
say
right before you said you
69.
sound good. I said nothing. I was completely
No,
silent. I was completely silent.
there seems to be a bit
All
of
right,
there's a bit
let's
of
see
a
how this
delay
goes.
between us. Yeah.
Pop up right now. There we go. Okay. Now we should be good. You hear me?
I can hear you.
Okay, good. There we go. That's what we needed.
Yeah.
Okay, let me just throw the chat back up again. And I definitely have a virus on my computer.
Diaz, this is real. You are not dreaming, Diaz.
Hey, Diaz. What's up, buddy? Oh, yeah. Humble. Thanks for reminding me I have to go to the bathroom. I love when my audience has to remind me to go to the bathroom. Wonderful. God, I'm making fun of Joe Biden. Come on, bro.
Diaz, how's the
Pantheon,
storm looking out there? It's looking
I was gonna
okay?
say, are you okay to handle this for a second while I'm running to the bathroom?
Oh yeah, yeah.
Okay, bro. Okay.
I'll get you demonetized in 30 seconds.
I'm sure you will. I'm sure you will.
Diaz, man,
If
how's
that
how are
happens, I'm gonna come back in and blow up the screen.
Oh man. Nah, Mass was streaming Diaz and he something happened. He glitched out and decided to restart the stream. Oh, we can listen to him. All right, we better not hear something pouring in a second.
Yeah, I'm gonna put this shadow box.
We're making YouTube history here, folks. Come on, tell your friends. Let's get this up to a couple hundred thumbs up as Mass handles his business. But all joking aside, how old is Pantheon? 11 JM11. That's kind of a personal question for a guy who's got an icon on the screen. How old am I? I'm old enough. Diaz, good to hear that you got things taken care of. The storm's coming in, and you stay strong, my man.
Serious? Fucking fast. You got fucking Johnson, bro.
Wow, I don't know what he's talking about there, but let's try and cover this up. All right, Alan Andreski, Pantheon. Are you in BC or Alberta? I'm in British Columbia. Got a biz trip coming up, and you got an interesting story. Your father sounds like a hell of an interesting guy, Alan. I gotta say, I'd be interested. I looked up a couple articles on your dad. I'll be doing that some more. Backyard Boogie, you didn't yet. This information and this news in the background we're getting. This is YouTube history here, folks. Oh boy. Let's see what else we got going on here in the chat. Yeah, 1796. Why don't you just have a pee jug like a trucker, right? You get on these long haul YouTube's live streams. You just have to act like a trucker. Look at this guy trying to collect information on me.
Electric Avenue.
We'll take it higher. Do 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 do. We gotta rock down to Electric Avenue. See, when he re-listens to this, he's gonna appreciate that. What else we got going on here, folks? This is a quagmire. Adrian's correct. Let's see. Massalorian after dark. He better remember the camera's still on when he walks out.
You can hear me peeing?
I don't know if he can hear us. Oh man.
Listen, this is my house. I pee where I want. I'm not gonna let anyone stop me. I want
can't
someone
tell
else to fix this place up so I can pee wherever the hell I want it.
I can't tell if he can hear us or not. All right, snap it off, Mass. We got a show to do. Come on now. Whereabouts in Vancouver are you from? LOL, Team Vancouver. Come on, guys. You guys are getting personal information. There's people on trying to crap on me everywhere I turn around. I'm not giving up personal information. Let's move on. Holy smokes. Look at these detailed questions. Let's go find something to talk about. As this gentleman hums his way back to the mic. I'm looking through the chat, folks. Well, let's see. We talked about the earnings call. That was cool stuff. And, I don't think it was a bad call at all. We talked about it a little bit earlier. I'm looking forward to seeing what other information comes out. We've got some great movies lined up for Q4. Let's talk a little AMC. Man, it's positive stuff, right? We're going to have a killer Q4. 2023 is stacked with the movie chain. Yeah, exactly, Tony. Can we get your social? Come on, guys. Keep asking me every personal question there is. I can see right through you. We got a stacked movie lineup in 2023 as we get more movies and we continue to have a dedicated base that spends increases in food and beverage as well as per patron spending. This is all going to get better and better. We all know that. And as Ape starts to get to recovering prices, and it's not going to stay where it is, folks. So when that happens, they'll be able to sell some apes and make some serious money to pay off some serious debt, which is necessary. So people say fundamentals don't matter in a squeeze play. You're right, except I would rather be in a stock with improving fundamentals waiting for my squeeze than to be in a stock with crappy fundamentals and not getting better while I wait for a squeeze. I'm sure everybody would prefer option one. I wish I could mute him. Oh man. Let's see. I feel like the only realistic way AMC will ever go for a run-up is if there is a market collapse. Look, there's people that definitely feel that way, and it's not that people are looking for specifically a market collapse because they're going to have fun with it. But I mean, this stuff is going to happen, and when it happens, we didn't cause the problem, as Boss Blunt says. We didn't cause the problem, but we're going to be the solution, right? And we're going to be able to benefit from it. And it's nothing that we're causing. So when this thing happens anyways, and companies like Melvin Capital take these amazing pension funds and put them into these terrible short positions, that's not our fault. That's not our fault. And the people that are going to get hurt from it are people that we're going to help take care of when our turn comes. It's coming. This is Epic 1796 Patriot. I'm trying my best here. But the background sounds, Mass, when you listen back to this, we're making history here. History. Exactly, Adrian. The naked Mike shorts. You're a mod. Can't you take care of that? Oh, man. Let's see. Adrian's asking, how much more do you see the market as a whole dropping before we reverse? That's a good question, Adrian. Man, I can't even answer that question with any level of certainty. All I'm going to say is that we know there's more pain coming. We know. Okay, I'm comfortable saying that I know that, and I can show receipts. I know that we've got a tremendous amount of money, $175 billion pumped in from the Fed into the markets, into specific investments and securities and mortgage-backed securities, etc. And that money is going to have to be extracted back out, which was the plan after these elections. I think the elections are going to have a big take on what happens going forward, and that's not a big stance to take, right? But depending on what side ends up with the Senate and the House, and the governor races, that's going to be a big determining factor, I think, as to where the market goes. And Tony was right when he says a split, president and House and Senate, with there being no split between the parties, it's better for markets in a positive sense, in that then it lends them some more certainty that things aren't going to be coming up with new spending, etc. So markets tend to seem to like that. Tony's 100% correct. He said it on his show earlier tonight, and he's 100% right. But we still have a whole lot of big The sword of Damocles is still dangling over everyone's heads, and that hasn't changed based on this outcome. So there we go. All right. Liz, that explains why he's taking so long. Mass is at my house. I figured something was up, Liz. You're back to Liz Clayman's whistle. I like that. All right. PC3. I'm telling you, PC3, we are in for YouTube history here, right? You can forget what any other big YouTuber's ever done. This right here, this is going to take the cake. Adrian, you're a mod. Do something, says Yucca Frida. Okay, what else do you guys want to talk about? Oh, you're welcome, Adrian. What else do you guys want to talk about? He might have went to bed, so it's just us. Let's have a little chat. Huh? We can have a sip of wine together, get to know each other. All right, let's have a chat. Having visions of Judge Reinhold at Fast Times at Ridgemont High. Oh, man. Is Phoebe Cates at Mass's house? Well, she might be coming out of the pool right about now. You think Citibank will drop AMC to $1.25? Isn't that interesting that Citibank comes out with these projections, and you've got such transparent behavior coming from Credit Suisse with their 95-cent target? Man, it's brutal with these guys. It's so desperate. It's almost like they're saying to the market, "This is what I need, and I need you guys to help me get there." It's baffling. I think I heard Casey Shaw say something like that earlier today. I agree with it. Gonna give credit where credit's due. Alrighty. What do we got here? It's my house. That should definitely make it into the Massalorian merchandise store. A little BC company called General Fusion. And if so, that little company is going to be not so little in my opinion. What do you think? This is the first I've heard of General Fusion, Mr. Allen. I am actually going to write this down. And I'm going to say, I'll take a look into it. I'll do a drive-by. General Fusion. Hey, Alan, they're not a company that's digging into lithium, are they? Because I know of a company based out of BC, out of not too far from where I am, that's digging into a little bit of lithium, and they've got a project out in, I think, out by Montreal. Tell me if that's the same company, because if it is, yeah, I'm very intrigued. Shirley says, I hope Maz doesn't come back showing us he's long on AMC. Oh my God, Shirley, I think you just got the comment of the night. You got the Pantheon prize of the night for that comment. Shirley, ladies and gentlemen. Here he comes. Does he have a smile on his face? Let's see how happy he is. Alrighty, so, it was at that point that, oh, hey, Maz, how you doing? Are you with us?
Know this.
Hello, sir.
Hello. Tough squeeze
back,
over here.
You're back in the fold.
Yeah. Tough squeeze.
Yeah, Tater
Okay.
Tot wants to know why I'm taking over the show. Well, Tater Tot, Mr. Mass had to exit stage left, and he left his mic on, so we had a hot mic.
I did. We had a hot mic for a little while and was notified by 11 people in 30 seconds, which was awesome. Thank you to all of you who alerted me so fast. That was awesome. So I stopped singing right away. So thank you. Apologize for the singing. It's terrible, I know. All right, let me pop this back up for us so we can see the chat.
PC3 was here. He was. I read off his comment. He's probably working right now.
Probably, yeah. PC3?
Yeah.
I bet.
Thank you, Liz.
I got what I wanted. I look thinner. I didn't do any. I mean, yeah, maybe I might drop like half a gallon of water. or of coffee. Let's see. Mash shaking it more than twice it's playing with it. As long as it's been for me, it's probably all it would have taken. I probably would have been back sooner, actually.
Hey guys, go
Let's
back
see.
6 minutes in the chat. You'll find PC3. He's right after
Yeah, I
Yucca
saw
said,
PC3.
yeah, there we go. Done and done. Sorry, sir. Keep going.
He said, "Did I wash my hands?" That's a damn good question. You know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna do this, Yucca, and we'll get all the right. I think smoke. They use it sometimes with deodorant out in the wild. It'll help clean off any germs. If only this wasn't a flameless candle, but still doesn't matter. I'm sure it still works. All right, and I'm working. PC3 said yes. Oh boy. Shirley says, "Hi Pantheon, glad you liked that one. And how the hell did you keep talking without being yourself?"
It's a special skill.
Yeah, you gotta have a skill, right? You gotta have that skill. Sammy Boy says, "Uncle Mass and Uncle Pantheon, what's up, everyone? I'm gonna watch this from the beginning. Hey, Sammy Boy, how you doing, man? Good to hear from you."
But by the way, I had to award Shirley with the Pantheon prize for the night. She had the best, funniest line I've had tonight. She wrote, "I hope Mass doesn't come back showing us he's long on AMC." Is that not
Listen,
freaking hilarious?
my goodness. That's not going to change anytime soon. I don't know how many times I have to keep explaining that. I'm in for the long haul. The fight is. Let's see. Would you, Pete, if you knew? I knew. All right. Let's see. There's got to be some interesting stuff going on. What's going on? Does anyone have any updates for us on midterms? What do we got here? All right. I'm looking right now.
We didn't even talk midterms while you were away, so let's do a recap.
Yeah, let's just see what's going on.
Good call, my man.
Let me pull up and share the screen with you guys so we can take a look at midterm election results. Sure. And go back to the studio. And we'll put it up. All right. Boom. Nice and big.
Beautiful.
All right. Now I'm back so I can tell you guys what's going on. There are 4 Senate seats left in play. Fox, I don't know if on Fox or yeah, this is Fox. Okay. Fox News projects that one of the 2 Republicans will prevail in Alaska's Senate race, factored in our balance of populations. There are 308 House seats left in play. Democrats projected to win 168. Republicans projected to win 198. Okay, so this looks like it's almost, huh? Wow, look at that, huh? The country went really red on the House side. Holy smokes. Wow. Interesting. All right, let's see down here. Can we see?
On the left, they've got.
We need.
Sorry.
What?
On the left map, they've got 5 faded states, but only 4 are still in play because, as you said, Alaska's top 2 are both Republicans, so it's not dark red, but they're counting it. So that's not one of the 4 that's still in play,
gotcha.
according to this map. Yeah.
Gotcha. Okay. All right. So key seats. Ohio advances up by almost 7 points. Fetterman right up. Oh my God, it's up 2.5. Warnock is up by 0.75%. Hassan in New Hampshire, unbelievable. Rubio is blowing him away. Kelly is blowing away. What's his name there? The guy that was endorsed. He's getting smoked. Wisconsin Johnson. I like that. Up 1.50. At South Carolina, Tim Scott's up by 25 points. That's the smoke show. All right, let's see over here. What do we got here? Anybody important that's going to make New Hampshire? Slotkin, he's Missouri. Let's scroll a little more. I don't see anything out of the ordinary. Where are the governor's races? Here we go. All right, here's the Senate races. JD's up right now now by a lot with 97% over. So Ohio's going to get that Republican seat back. No doubt about it. Fetterman right now it's 25.67 to 24.36. I really this just really concerns me for the country, that seeing what I've seen and everyone else has seen in the last 2 weeks gives you confidence this guy can stand on the House floor and deliver a banger. I'm just having a hard time imagining that. Warnock and Herschel Walker are basically neck and neck. Like 30,000 votes is between them. And let's see who else. Colorado looks like they're gonna win. How many? 7% in. Yeah, he's down 1,025 votes. New Hampshire, you can hit it. Bulldog with Harrison. Not bad. Pulling up 215,000. No, even for that. He wasn't even supposed to be anywhere. Masters, that's who I was thinking of. He damn points. Wisconsin, Johnson, and that's a with Mandela Barnes in Wisconsin. 9.91% important. Let's see. Tim Scott is absolutely smashing Crystal Matthews. Not surprising. Anyway, Chuck Schumer is losing right now. That would be amazing. Someone rating on Chuck Schumer as a independent, I think. An anti-war, or maybe they were a Democrat, anti-war Democrat. Yeah, this Chris Pappas. Okay, let's see. Okay, these must be the mayor races, right? We got the mayor race. I know these are still. Wow, Boebert's losing in Colorado, District 3. Look, percentage point. With 86%. 86%. Changing here. Kansas. No, I'm just trying to see if there's any names that I thought more of a blowout. This looks very, very close compared to how the media has been talking about for the last 4 weeks. I gotta say, Katie Porter and Scott Barr right in a dead heat for California's 47th district. Wow. And Katie Porter was supposed to be the new rising star of Democrat. She's about to. Sarah Palin is running. I didn't even know she was running. You knew Sarah Palin was running?
I'm not gonna lie. Your audio's acting rubato again.
Oh shit. Okay, hold on.
I've been watching the Herschel Walker race in Georgia pretty much all night, and it's been interesting. Warnock gets ahead, Walker catches up, and then Warnock gets back ahead, and then Walker catches up, and it's been doing this all night. Herschel Walker gets the gap closed right to be 49-49, and then all of a sudden Warnock pulls ahead. It's been an interesting little watch. It's quite the race.
All right, here's Georgia. Is my audio better now that I'm off that page and back in the
Yes.
studio? You
Yes.
can say in budget internet. I don't know what you guys want me to do. I have no control over that. I wish. All right, so looks like right now Stacey whooped. At least we won't have to listen to her for weeks talk about how she didn't get a fair shot. Huda Din is down 8 points. She's probably gonna lose. He almost closed. We got another, which is I think Lobato, sheriff, who I know is a piece of trash. She's really big in trying to cover up the shooting in Vegas from the at the time. They were trying to say that it wasn't he was getting for how bad the casinos had taken him for a ride. Ron DeSantis is actually crushing Charlie points. That is all over. Kathy, 93%. Oh, he's going to lose. He is going to lose. Wow. Wow. She sat up there on the debate stage last night with a straight face and said that the crime wave across the United States is a conspiracy theory. Maybe if I go knock on her front door with a gun pointed in her face, I wonder if she would still say the same. It's just conspiracy theory, you say. Put that away. Home, she's gonna win. Yeah, man. There's a lot of in New Hampshire. German, that's done. Sarah Huckabee, we heard you guys already reported she won. Henry McMaster's, that is over. Pennsylvania, Mastriano. Oh no, he's done too. Mike DeWine, he's gonna win in Ohio. Oklahoma, we heard. Maine, Demeanor. Janet Mills is crushing it. Kansas, this is very close. 47-69 and 49-19, but there's already 98% in. New Mexico is gonna. It's a good place. It's Democrat in. That's a good idea. Oh, good for you. Let's see. Oregon, yeah, that's over. 43 to 46. Actually, this ain't over yet. She's up by 24,000 votes with only 63% in. She's got a chance to win still. Mike Dilley's going to win Alaska. And then Greg Abbott, New York, Beta bitch. 12 points. Percent. That is your update. It is like split right down the middle almost. See my way to you, Pantheon?
It's definitely tight. I agree.
Lots. They didn't. Just because everything leading up polls said that this was going to be a landslide. I mean, they didn't use word wave; they used tsunami. Yuka, I know they're on to me, but the rarest clean guy walking up and down my street with headphones on that for like with you. He's not just walking. It's very weird. Never gives it away though. He's got like a crew cut. I'm like, dude. Every time you walk, you're walk. Just remember that. All right, let me pick this down. Put myself back up with Pantheon. Alrighty. Hold on. Sorry. There we go. All right. Let's see. Greg Abbott for the win. Fuck. Beto, he's not even Hispanic. Beto O'Rourke. I have a laptop, Lola. I don't have a laptop. I have top. Remember a couple weeks back, my desktop actually smashed. Do you guys remember that? I had to wait to get another one. I ended up buying a used one just because because it was a good deal at the time. What am I getting laughed at for right now, Pantheon? Because I know what is it? What are you laughing at?
I'm laughing at Yucca Frida. This is I got all that. As you were talking to Yucca, you were breaking up a little bit. Yucca's response is quite funny. Sorry, I'll mute myself.
Oh, okay. I gotcha. Andrew says 80 still in the chat. What time is it? 3:42. Hey, listen, me and Scavenger went to almost like 3 something in the morning the other night. We started a little late, but we went real long.
Was that the first time you guys
stream
connected
brings
together?
a cup and a string. Yeah. And I told him he could come on tonight if he wanted to. He just popped in the live stream and like the first 10 minutes said, "Hey man, if you want to come on, I'll throw you an invite." And he came on. and it went on for like 4 hours almost. So,
Got some of it.
you know, scavengers. You know, he's an intelligent guy, and he's got his convictions in the AMC just like the rest of us do. You know. Yeah, I mean, it is what it is. Shit, my audio's kind of bad. God damn it.
You're sounding better now.
How is it? Is that better? Is that better?
Partly. In spurts.
I hope that's better. Okay. Tom Ayoku and Mass, do you have a limiter or voice activation set on your mic? Cutting out bad. So Tom, I have a Scarlett audio interface. Do you know what that is? Tom? By the way, Tom, thanks for the leading me to that little Larry Leibowitz story the other night. That was great to throw into my video. Let's see. Your audio is being shorted to oblivion. Frank Armani says you're you know, they've said that so many times. I wish it was really true. I do. Yeah, thank you, Tom. Appreciate that, man. I didn't did I talk Pantheon, did you either watch my video or did I tell you the other day about the connection between Jon Stewart and Leibowitz?
Yes. His brother was the
Oh, I did.
CEO
Okay.
of the New York Stock Exchange, right? Yeah.
Does that make you how we got Gary Gensler on twice like that and got Peter Jackson on like that? Does that make sense to you now?
Yeah, it certainly didn't hurt his request to get together with Gary.
Well,
Makes
figuring he's the
sense.
only one that can, he's like one of the only ones that can do it. Yeah. To me, that was like I'm like, why won't this guy sit down with Charles Payne, one of the nicest
Right.
guys in the entire economic mainstream media? So I don't know. Can you hear me, Meow? Good line, Yuka. Good line. Oh, Doge 383, how you doing tonight, brother? How are you tonight? Oh boy. All right. Let's see. Man, a lot of races wrapped up. I mean, we don't have that much left. I can't believe this guy Fetterman. Man. I just can't believe we can't come up with anything than that. It blows my mind. Same thing with 2016. The best we can come up with was Trump and Hillary. Jeez. Man. Hey, let me ask you a question, Pantheon. Do you have any opinions on Tulsi?
Well, she was in the Young Leaders of the World Economic Forum, so she immediately gets 10 lashings from me for that. And then she left the party, right? The Democrat Party. She, I guess, renounced them. But I don't think I think they took her off the World Economic Forum website. I don't know, man. You look at all the people in that Young Leaders program, as I call him, Hans puts it. You know, they've infiltrated the world's government cabinets. And you played that video on your channel previously.
Yeah, remember? I stuck it in my video. Yeah, I remember. Yeah.
Been
That's
infiltrated
scary.
program. They're a lost cause to me. Sorry to say it. So
Anyone in the World Economic Forum?
Yep. And anyone who's been
Yeah,
part of that
yeah.
Young Leaders program, despite the fact that
Yeah.
Tulsi seems to be a likable person who seems to be on the right track, I still don't trust. And yes, Alan, I did see that message and I've written it down here. I'm going to take a look into that on the Fusion. Thank you, Alan.
I think someone needs to sit down with Tulsi and have her do a tell-all about WEF, the Young Leaders of WEF. I think I can't believe no one's asked her about it yet. She's been on a bunch of interviews. Matt Walsh had her on. Rogan had her on. I don't think Jimmy Dore had her on yet, but a couple of people have had her on. I think what's her name there? Megyn Kelly from used to be at Fox. She's had her on. So your Focusrite Scarlett. Are you using original USB cable? There should be used, not a longer or other one. Yeah, Tom, I have a very long USB cable, braided one, like a 10-footer that goes from my Scarlett to the back of my computer. Is that my problem? I have too much distance to go. Pantheon, do you think Pierre in Canada is WEF? No. No way, right? Pierre?
Pierre Polyev?
Yeah, no way, right?
I don't think so.
Yeah, no, I don't think so. I couldn't imagine that. Did you see him catch Trudeau the other day, red-handed, about the $6,000 night hotel rooms?
Man, he's caught them on so many things, you know. The yeah, I'll just leave it at that.
Okay, I'm gonna grab my glasses. Thank you, Alan. Was it Alan said that? Yeah. Thanks, Alan. I'm gonna mute.
Yeah, old Doge. You did not transport back 6 months. Here we are. Shooting the breeze. Election night. Beaver, Blood Moon. Pantheon sitting on a Massalorian show. We've come full circle. Thank you, old Doge. Any FIFA World Cup predictions? Nope. None whatsoever, Diaz. Sorry. I don't pay any attention to soccer. Do I golf? Absolutely. Got a beautiful set of clubs sitting right here in the room that I'm sitting in. Indeed, I do, sir. I'm not saying I'm good at it. I'm not, but I enjoy it. Basically, I have one wood, 3 or 4. I mean, I got a full set, but I carry one wood, maybe a 3. Sometimes I'll carry my number 1, but I carry a couple of irons and a putter, and then the bag's full of beer. That's the kind of golfer I am. Let's see. What else we got going on in the chat? Adrian headed out? Well, Mr. Adrian, have a good evening, sir. Do. I'm a tremendous slouch. I see what you did there, Andrew. Well done. Well done. I carry wood as well. It's my number 1. There you go. Yikafrida. Always on top of his game. Oh, look at the shades. Very stylish. He's back. You're on mute, sir.
Oh, there you go.
There you go.
Carries one golf clubs.
Yeah, we were talking about golfing, and yeah, I'll carry a few clubs, mostly beer in my bag. That's the kind of way I golf. I'm not good at it, but I enjoy it.
Oh, yeah, I'm not that good at it. You know what though? Honestly, Pantheon, once I get a little loosened up with a couple of drinks in me, I actually play a little better because I think I'm not hard and I'm a little looser in my stance and my hand grip. I swear to God, I played a little better after a couple of beers. Like not 6, like 3 maybe 3.
But you got to walk the course. You can't get a cart. You got to walk it.
Oh no, I like to walk. Yeah, as long as it's
Good,
nice out, I'll walk. Yeah, absolutely,
right.
absolutely.
Frankie, you, me, and Tony, and we need a 4th. Who's going to be our 4th?
We can have KC. I mean,
KC?
Bigums, Blunts, any one of those guys, right? Yeah.
Let's get KC.
Yeah,
then,
you
and I can head. You and I can head to Texas, and we can get Casey and Tony and go do a round.
There you go.
All right.
All
right.
Or we could go to Vegas. Play there. We could play in Vegas.
If I go to Vegas, I'm not golfing.
That's true. That's true. That's true. Good point. Lou, I don't know if Lou can make it to his PO. What do you have, Pantheon? I'm curious.
If we go to Vegas, then we got to get Super Steven because he lives in Vegas, right?
Yeah, he lives there. Yeah, absolutely.
And Big Daddy Smurf. So now we got 6 people. So we got to find something else we can do. All right.
Oh, I got something else we can do actually. Just came up in my propositions. Let's see. What kind of clubs do you have right now? What are you rocking?
TaylorMades.
Oh, me too. Okay. All right. Are they irons or are they graphite on your your fairways? Are they
Yeah,
iron? Are
they're
they
graphite.
iron or the graphite? Graphite
No,
shafts? Okay.
they're graphite. Yeah, I've had these for Jesus, 18 years.
Oh, really?
Still love
Okay.
them. Yeah. I'm not a good golfer by any stretch. I just have fun with it.
Yeah. Yes, Andrew. Yeah. Up if you go up to 15 a little further outside, Henderson has nice courses, right? Yeah. 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 I played a couple of nice courses in California, not in LA. I got to play in San Fran, and I got to play at Torrey Pines a couple times down in San Diego, which are both nice courses. Yeah, I played a couple of nice places. I'm trying to think. Nowhere like really, really ritzy. No. Even when I was caddying, I never played anywhere really ritzy. Oh yeah, let me get this out of the way real quick because I was gonna answer this. You golfed with Jesus, Pantheon. Mass Pantheon. Any thoughts on the 90 days talk about when APE was issued about what's gonna happen? Never means boss friends. I don't know. I'll have to ask boss about that, Frank. I don't know. I don't know what was said about that. Oh, something about from the settlement, right? Yeah, I'll have to ask him about that. I haven't talked to before. Thanks, no, for sure.
So if you
Danny R
want to
says,
hear what
yeah.
if you want to hear what Boss was talking about, he did a live stream today for a few hours, and then he
Sure.
clipped out as a separate video, which came second. So when you go to his channel, watch the second. I mean, the live stream's fantastic, but then it's the earnings call all over again. He
Mm-hmm.
clipped after the earnings call his response to it, including the T90 part.
Okay.
So listen to the video that he premiered. It's called the TLDR, right? The too long didn't read version of the earnings call, and it's like 20 some minutes or something
Okay.
like that. That's the version you want to listen to.
Okay.
That'll give you everything Boss had to say today, including his stance on the T90.
Okay, because
Just
that
to give you,
is what. When is that date? The 17th or 19th? Remember?
yeah, it's calendar days, not business days. So that would be coming up like this. I don't know, next week, next Thursday or Friday or something like that.
Thursday. Okay. Let me just look at a map real quick. Or
And I'd recommend people tune into Casey Shot
calendar
tomorrow
would be
morning to talk.
six.
Tune into Casey Shot at some point tomorrow too. He's got some other stuff. I don't know if he's going to talk about regarding some other stuff in November. No one's talking dates, guys. We're just bringing information forward. No one's picking dates or anything. But I recommend people check that out. That's all I can say.
Okay.
It's not my information.
So watch Boss's condensed version of. It's basically a condensed version of the earnings call with his commentary.
Well, if for the people
Did I get that
viewing,
right?
if they didn't listen to the earnings call, listen to Boss's entire earnings
Okay.
call or Tony's earnings call. I'm sure either one will have excellent information and the call itself. But if you've already listened to it and you just want to hear what Marcel has to say, then watch his second video and he clipped that out. It's a
Okay.
good condensed version. Yep.
Alrighty. So Frank, give me 24 hours, and I will have an answer for you, my friend. Someone said I love El Chapo. Someone else asked me about clubs. What kind of clubs or something? I actually have metal shafts on my fairway clubs. The only graphics I have are on my rescue, and I think I only have a driver and a 3-iron, a 3-wood right now.
What more do you need?
Yeah, honestly, that's about and my putter, right? That's about it. Yeah.
Hey, if you watch the movie Tin Cup, he golfs with tools, shovels and rakes and stuff. There you go.
I know.
It's a good movie.
Well, I got a couple hockey sticks in the closet. I can rip those off if I really need to. Just at least to hit them off the tee. Let's see. Why do you play golf, Pantheon? Do you get on the course a lot?
No, I don't get on a lot. That's why I'm not very good at it. but I do enjoy it when I have a chance to do it. I wouldn't go golf on a Sunday just to go golf, but if I had if I had buddies coming in and we wanted to fill a Sunday afternoon or something, or a Tuesday afternoon, yeah, I'd go with everybody if we wanted to, But just on my
Gotcha.
own, no, I wouldn't go golf. I love it, but I
Yuka,
just don't do much.
Liz came and keeps saying I love El Chapo. She said like 3
El
times.
Cab. I
Oh,
love
El
El
Cabo?
Cab.
Oh, El Cab.
Just
Oh,
now
El
become El
Cab. What the
Chapo.
hell's El Cab?
I
Oh,
don't
I don't
know.
know. You know why? 'Cause it's late. It's 4 in the morning right now. That's why. That's why. It's been a long day for me. El Caballero Golf Club in Tarzana. Oh, Tarzana, California. I know where Tarzana is. Where my uncle lives, Liz. My uncle Dino, he lives in Tarzana. That's where he lives. The guy who worked on The Godfather and Pops now and all that. In Tarzana.
Nice.
Yes, Mass is losing it, Yuka. Sorry. Liz, but Mass said you said El Chapo. There's a lot of that name blame going around. Wait, but this guy said this. I love that. It's nice if we joke about it and know that most of us, if we do something like that, it's a mistake. We don't do it to purposely mislead anyone. Oh boy. Let's
El
see.
Cab is short for El Caballero, the golf club. Okay. Gotcha.
Okay. And Caballero is cowboy, right? Caballero? Isn't it a cowboy?
Oh, I live in Canada. I have no idea.
Oh, okay. All right. I live in the United States. I have no idea either.
Fair enough.
I think Caballero is cowboy. I think. Yes, says Yuka Frida. Thank you. El Cab, for El Caballero Golf Club. Got it. Yes. Okay. Yeah, I thought so. Caballero. Yeah, cowboys. Yeah. Yeah, that's Wall Street. A bunch of caballeros.
Yeah, it says a caballero is a Spanish or Mexican gentleman, or in the U.S., southwestern U.S., a horseman. So there you go.
Yes.
Cowboy.
Okay. That's what I would think. Like guys who ran the cattle drives, maybe who were Mexicans that brought cattle up through the Midwest, maybe up to the stockyards. And let's see.
Got it.
Pantheon with the birdie flask. You had a birdie flask? Do you have one, Pantheon? A birdie flask?
What the hell's a birdie flask? I don't know what a
flask to put
flask
booze in. Oh, so if you get a birdie, so if you shoot one under on your hole, you get a flask. So you birdie flask, take a shot after. If you get a birdie,
we're in no danger of me ever hitting a birdie. So,
no.
You
can't get a birdie. You can't get a birdie.
Sure. I suppose if I'm lucky one day. I'm not a good golfer.
Oh no, you don't play that much. No. Okay.
No,
okay.
But
I don't play that much.
I'll have booze. If I ever hit a birdie, I'd probably walk off the course and say, "Go out on a high note."
That's it. I'm done. Throw all my clubs in the pond, and I'm out of here.
Yeah.
Oh man, that's funny. That's funny.
I'll see you at the club, boys. I'm heading out.
Seriously. Peace Love says convinced AMC is going bankrupt now. Sad. Peace Love, why? What on God's green earth would give you that notion? Just curious. What did you see specifically? Because now, because we've known each other for time, Peace Love. So I know that you're an OG with me. What is it all of a sudden that triggered you today? And while I'm waiting for that, $100 says you missed that putt. I think that's from Happy Gilmore, right? Isn't it?
That's a classic.
I think that's what's from. Frank says, Mass, Tony, De Niro, Pantheon, Boss Lunch, you guys should come together to form the Illuminati of YouTube, exposing all FUD spreaders, misinformation, clickbaiters, and give. Look, man, I love I said this a couple nights on my live streams when I went by myself, that there were 4 people I trusted in this community wholeheartedly. And the only person I don't really know that well is Bigums. And that's nothing against Bigums. I love Bigums. I just don't know him that well. Or I could like hand him my pistol and be like, hey man, are you cool hanging on this while I run inside the store? And you know what I mean? Like, I just don't trust him to that extent. If I had to give a live grenade to Pantheon and to hold the pin while I went to the bathroom, Pantheon would say yes. So when that's why there's some people I just completely trust. They're
I
in
would
that.
not let you down.
I know you wouldn't. I know you wouldn't. I know you wouldn't. You
Tony-
might throw
Tony
it at
too.
me after I walk away, but
Tony
you
too.
definitely
Let
holds
me
it.
just say one thing about Tony DeNaro. Okay,
Mm.
this guy. I'm not going to get into details, but I'm going to tell you, this guy, when the chips were down, he was the only person who was there backing me up. And it's something some of you might think you don't know what I'm talking about. But this goes back a long ways. I'm telling you, Tony's a stud. He's a true friend, and he sees what's right. And it's not that he stands up for you if you're wrong. If you're wrong, he'll tell you you're wrong, right? And I appreciate
Mhm.
that. But when he sees that you're in the right, he will back you up, even if it puts himself in the line of fire. This man is a
Yes,
stud.
yes.
He's a
Yeah.
friend, and he's somebody I have a tremendous amount of respect for.
Yes. Yes. Yeah. Yeah, me too, man. Me too. Me too. Pantheon, I second that 1000%. And I've never said any I've actually had people in my comments as recently as like the last 2 weeks asking me about Tony being a paid actor, a paid crisis actor. And I'm like, I answered the comment seriously. I said, I should fucking pull it up and show you guys. You wouldn't believe this comment. Can you give me 1 second, Pantheon, so I get up real quick? Because you guys
Sure.
won't believe what I said.
We can
Right,
we
hang
can
on, let me
blast this
pull
FUD
this up
out.
real quick. You want screen for you? Hold on.
Oh no, it's up to you. But if yeah, we can destroy this FUD. I'm sure you already have.
Yeah. This isn't true,
Tony's
Alan, is
already-
it? Is this really true, Alan?
Wow.
Does that make sense to you?
I don't know if I can recall ever seeing Alan in my chats before. Sorry, Alan, if I've missed you. You have had just one interesting comment after another the entire night. I'm fascinated by this guy.
Yeah. I know Alan
Is he
from a
one of your?
couple live streams.
Yeah, he's one of your
I remember a
regulars.
couple
Okay.
recently I picked up his name more. Alan, if you were there before, man, sorry, or maybe you just weren't commenting as much, and sometimes I miss comments, so it's never personal. It's always a matter of time, and I don't like to turn down the number of messages you can make, because I know you guys like to go back and forth, and I know it's a pain to hold on to wait to talk to somebody. So I try not to do that too much, or if at all possible. So hopefully that's helped a little bit. Pull up this freaking comment, you're not gonna believe it. I'm gonna see if I can just snip and sketch it, and then I'll just pull it on to pull it right into stream. Yeah, you know what, guys? Just going to what Humble said, the world needs more real people and friends. I consider myself extremely lucky that I found the gentleman that I did find in this community, because not saying there's not a lot of good guys out there in the community, because there are a lot of good guys, but there are some guys that are on a whole new level. And I don't want to sound cocky or anything, but if you guys will watch right now, and I'll take myself out of this, but that watch other channels that were, I hope you guys haven't gotten as frustrated as maybe some of the people on the other channels have, just because of all the promises they've been made for everything that's supposed to happen and it doesn't. I hope. Let me find this. Assets frozen. What happens? Ken Griffin's Citadel has their assets frozen. Jeez, Thomas James dropping a bomb. Man, what happens
You know,
when Citadel has their assets frozen? Superman come and heat them up with his eyes? What happens at that point?
I don't know.
Where does he sometimes? I'd really love to know. It's fucking wild stories,
I
man.
I I I
The
don't I
assets have
don't
been
yeah, I
frozen.
don't watch him. I can't speak on him. But what I will say, and the people in this chat, they're smart people, so they're gonna know what's going on. But I mean, for anybody who's listening to this stream, if I could just give any kind of advice for anything, ask for receipts. Always ask for receipts. If somebody just tells you something about somebody, ask for the proof, ask for the receipts. And just look at the people making, and I'm not saying not to watch anybody you want, but just ask yourself the question, who are the people that constantly are trying to make others look bad, and who are the people that are providing just the information? It's pretty clear. And I'm not saying to watch or don't watch anybody. I don't care. I don't try to divide people. But there are people in our community who certainly look to divide. Just be aware of that. I'll get off my soapbox.
No, stay on for 1 sec. Hold on. So I'm just gonna tell you, they're saying I'm really choppy in the chat. I'm just gonna pull this real quick. Mind you, I'm just not gonna speak, so I'm not choppy. Why pull this up? Okay.
Sure.
Okay. Thanks, bro.
Yeah. So Alan's saying, yes, it's Pantheon. We talked when mass was going off about the World Trade Center burning. I said impossible. It's magnesium sulfate that was burning. Ah, indeed, indeed. Alan, we should talk more. Danny says Pantheon smells good when he's in his soapbox. Danny, you really are going to go straight into math class without any sleep tonight, aren't you? You're an animal, Danny. I need to get some sleep at some point. I gotta win the trivia this week. I'm in first place so far on Casey's trivia. I got 5 points so far this week. It's pretty good. But censored content popped in and got, I think, 3 today. So he's gonna pass me tomorrow. We got to get him.
Just so you know, I just went over to go pull the clip and realized that I don't have monetization on the video right now. Fucking asshole.
On this one,
Oh my god.
can you change that midstream?
Now I can, but I
Wow.
mean, I'm only gonna probably get a couple 100 views. Not late now. All right, let's see.
Well, it's the replay where you get AdSense revenue versus the live streams. So Oh, Andrew, if I fall asleep in 5 minutes, I'll get 2 hours. Oh man, see, I tell you, it's 1 a.m. my time, and I'll tell you, I didn't think I was going to be doing this tonight, but when a brother says, "Hey, you guys want to come on?" and nobody comes on, yeah, I'll come help a brother out.
Thank you, man. Love you. Thank you. I appreciate it.
Well, you didn't need my help, but it's nice talking to you.
I honestly, Pantheon, I haven't had in a long time, and we haven't chatted at all, really. Like, not even on time, really. I mean, we've spoken very. I know you've been really busy, so like I haven't been bugging, and so have I. Right, get this whole mess together. So it's like tonight was perfect because we both. Well, were you on live before I even came on?
I was with Marcel. I was with Boss Blunts earlier today. I helped him on his live stream. Yeah.
Okay.
He's a good friend too. He's another real, honest, good person. He really is. So
yeah, I put Boss in. I put Boss in with Casey and you and Tony. And I would put Bigums in there too. I just don't know Bigums as well. I just like I can't even really put a face to Bigum sometimes. You know. I'm going to my comment sections to find this damn thing. I don't care what it takes because it was the craziest comment, and I had to give the craziest answer back.
thanks, Danny. Yuckamentary school. We're all going to get an education at Yuckamentary school soon enough. Have a good night, Andrew.
Ah, damn it. I don't know where it is. All right, well, let me just tell you what it was about. So someone
Sure.
asked me, someone said in the comments, it was about a week ago. They said, I don't understand why after Tony has been exposed as a crisis actor, that you still decide to go on and do collabs with him. And I said, okay, time out real quick. Hold on. Said, first of all, let me tell you that Tony was the first person who ever reached out to me to do a collab. He was the only person who ever reached out to me to do a collab. And ever since then, I've been doing collabs with him. And I've really never even had a major issue with him. I've had disagreements with him on things. You know, we do everything. There's certain things that he thinks are going to happen that I don't. I think CBDC is going to be employed a lot sooner than he does. He thinks I haven't even started working on it yet. But you know, for the most part, we get along. For the most part, and that goes for the 4 of us, or 5, 6 of us actually. I felt bad about Casey, obviously, last week, but that motherfucker just really put me over the edge. But he was trying to make the claim that Tony was basically cutting me off so that he could run the narrative because he's a paid price actor. So I was just real nice to the guy. I said, hey, listen, man, you know, I can't tell you for 100% sure that Tony is not somehow involved with some other organization. I said, but I'm 99.99% sure that Tony's one of the most genuine, down-to-earth people I've met in this entire movement. I said, now, there's also a possibility he could be a CIA plant who is just here to take me out. That's also a possibility, but that seems like they would have started that process way too early because I didn't really start getting political until like the last 3 or 4 months and getting mad. So I'm like, doesn't even make sense. So you got to make a real decision on what you think about him, but I'm going to let you know if you still see him on my channel, I'm still trusting him, and I always have. So, but people did take offense to the fact that Tony has, you know, some IMDb shit. It's like, God, we got bigger fish to fry. I mean, of all the YouTubers out there who are pushing nonsense on fucking YouTube about AMC, you going after Tony De Niro? Jesus. My God. Priorities, people. Priorities. All right, let's see here. Hey, what can we do to force this fucking squeeze? Says Joe7657. It's a great question. So, what can we do? I've had some ideas in the past and none of them have worked. I thought if my first plan in early June or late April, May, my plan was to get everyone to transfer all of their shares out of their brokers into Fidelity. Because if your brokers really did have IOUs, as you've been told for so many years now, and hey, I got you later ones. Well, if we were able to transfer over, let's say, the next 2 weeks, 4 million shareholders, well, then they have to go look at those shares, right? And it makes perfect sense if that's the case. But the problem becomes when, oh my God, I'm going to kill myself. I just thought that said 7 o'clock. I'm leaving at 7. I'm like, is it already 7 a.m.? The problem becomes when, you know, shit, where was I just going with that? I'm sorry, Pantheon. I'm getting tired. Where was I just going with that story with Tony? Remember?
Nope. I don't know where you were. I don't know where you were going with it.
Did you try a second? Is that why you said no? Hard.
Well,
Oh, how to
you were
force a
starting by
squeeze? How can we force a
right,
squeeze?
and
How can we force a
like
squeeze?
like
Uh,
I'll jump in on
okay,
that.
I remember
So
now.
Casey Shaw,
Good.
I'll give him credit. Casey has shown that we as retail don't really affect more than say approximately 10% at best of the action that happens on a given day, right? And I believe
Yeah.
Casey on that. He's done the numbers on it. And he makes a hell of a lot of sense. And so, knowing that we don't really impact more than 10% of the price, what are we as retail going to do to force the squeeze? I don't think we need to worry about that. Like we aren't going to be the ones in my opinion to force the squeeze. This is going to happen. It's not
Because
going to
of
be something
outside
we
force.
do.
Right. I agree with you 100%, Pantheon. I don't think we have any control over it anymore. We might have back in June, we might have back in January, but two things happened to change that. And now I don't think it's any longer in our hands where we can demand the short squeeze on call. You know what I mean? You
Right.
know what I'm saying? Yeah. Yeah. I
Yeah,
agree with you
and like
100%.
right, we don't need to be the ones to come up with this grand idea. And I think what's happened is some of the social media community, whether it be Twitter, YouTube, whatever, has wanted to be the ones who come up with the plan, right? To be the savior, to be the person. And what that's done is it's provided dates, it's provided promises of this and that. And I think, a year and a half to 2 years, however long people have been in the play, whether they got in before the first run up or after, people are getting tired. And I think that's why you're seeing a lot of people. You used to see the same people in like 8 different YouTubers videos every single day. And now you see people have stepped back from that, right? And they're starting
Yes.
to look at and say, who's the voice that I want to listen to? And these are the people that I'm going to listen to, whoever those people may be for you. I don't ever, contrary to popular belief, I've never told anyone to buy stock or sell a stock. I've never told anyone to get out of AMC and get into another play. And I've never told anyone to not listen to any specific YouTubers and only listen to me. Contrary to popular belief, I've never done any of those things. So take that for what it's worth. But, you know, I got off on a tangent there. This is what happens when it's late at night. We're making great progress here.
I'm reading Christian Princess saying, she said, oh no, it was Liz Clayton said, you just got off political in the last few months and your ideas of how to force a squeeze.
Yeah.
Uh,
And then you moved on to the how do we force a squeeze? So I don't think we need to come up with a plan for that. I think it's the people have tried the plans, it gets hopium up, things don't happen the way we think it'll happen, and it's gonna happen organically, folks. It's
mhm.
going to. I firmly believe that. And I haven't sold a single share of AMC or Ape, and I'm not going to until I get what I want.
Old Doge says, what sucks is it may take until next election. Hope not, but it might. Listen, if I can still make 500% per share on AMC, I am in no rush to sell it right now at these garbage prices, right? So I'm out of the game as far as that goes. I would rather see them just sitting right in my portfolio, nice and safe. And when they're ready to be sold, they'll be there. I know how to reach them. Um, Joe says, do we choose violence? It's a
Never.
great question. Talked
Never.
about this earlier.
No.
Oh, you already know the answer? Okay. Never mind, Joe. That's the answer.
No. We never choose violence. No.
Never violence, Joe, says
No.
Pantheon. I agree. Never violence. Mass, you were the gateway drug to Tony De Niro and Boss Lunch for me, and now even at Pantheon.
Thank you, Frank.
I'm the weed of the group. Is that what you're trying to say, Frank? Do you know? Hey, Relentless, what's up, girl? How are you tonight? Alan says, did you know that you can call up your broker, ask him to prove that your shares aren't synthetics, and 9 out of 10 times they will send you a share certificate for free? I did not know that, Alan, but I'm going to put that to the test and see if that's the case.
Hey, Alan, I've got one for you. Did you know that payment for order flow is only legal in the United States? It is not legal in Canada. And yet,
Or
the, the
Europe.
Correct. Only in the United States is it legal. Now, in Canada or Europe, if you purchase stock through your broker and your broker has a United States located office, New York, Chicago, wherever, what they can do is they can bundle up your order with other similar orders. Let's say you want to buy AMC. They can combine a bunch of AMC orders. They'll just give you they can send you back the confirmation that you got the shares, but they bundle them up and they forward them from the Canadian broker office that your order went through, and it goes instantly to one of their US offices. Once that order hits their US office, and I spoke to a senior broker at 3 different brokerages, and they all told me the same thing on this. So I've done my receipts and I've got my homework on this. So once they send it as an order batch into to the US office, it is now considered a brand new order, even though my order has not really been filled yet. And at that point, and I pay a commission. So I paid a $9.99 commission for my trade. And they send it to the US office, it hits that branch, they can now treat it as a brand new order and use whatever legal abilities they have within the US, which is payment for order flow, which means in the US, you're either paying a commission and they're not using payment for order flow, or you're with a free broker, free as they call it, air quotes, that uses payment for order flow. Okay. In Canada, I'm paying a commission and they're double dipping payment for order flow fees. Once they send the order to the Chicago or New York office, they then flip it to Citadel, Virtue, whoever. And at that point, they get paid payment for order flow. They're double dipping. It's brutal. You think it's better outside, and it's actually not.
You're right. It's actually worse, right? Yeah.
Yes, because they're doing it twice. So then the question becomes, I'm buying through the lit exchange, but they're repackaging my order. So actually, am I buying through the lit exchange when I order? When I'm in Canada, buying, it's a whole thing, my man. So there you go, Alan. There's something you may not know of. Because he's been sharing good information with us. So I'm going to share something with him.
He's had a hell of a night tonight. I have to give him that.
He's on his game.
I wish I had some swag to give out. I've been talking about giving out swag all summer. Unfortunately, I spent less amount of money getting this stupid place together. But good time, all in good time, all in due time. Let's see. Yeah, it says my audio was getting choppy. I think that was a little while back, though, right? I'm assuming. I think so. Yeah,
I think so. Yeah,
should be better now. Okay. Just real quick before I forget, does anyone know, am I missing anyone on and Liz, you could probably help me with this. I just want to make sure I have all the mods written down again. So I got so far, I have Adrian, you, Rands, Pam. Who am I missing? Liz Kleeman.
Prometheus was here.
Prometheus, thank you, sir. Adrian was here, right?
Yep.
Diaz, right?
Mm-hmm.
And who will be the last one I'm missing? It might be it, right? Oh my god, I'm so tired. Holy smokes. Liz Clayman said, okay, I'm tired. Liz, it's only 1 o'clock where you are. What do you mean you're tired? You're nuts. No, I'm just kidding. I am too. Now. Oh, wow. There's a guy in the chat from Yucca what?
Is Yucca a mod for you?
Yucca Frita?
Yeah.
No. Mm-mm. Does he have a wrench?
I don't know. Liz mentioned Yucca, and I just thought, oh, wow. Yucca's like,
I don't know. Yucca, are you on Yucca? I don't know. I didn't think so. But I could be wrong. Yep, I got Pam. Yep, I got Pam. Pam, Liz, Rands, Adrian, Diaz. Those are the 5 I had. There's a guy in here from North Korea. William Hance.
Hello, William.
How are you getting? Hello, William. How are you getting onto the stream tonight? That's crazy.
Hey, they're showing that Nevada has flipped onto the Republican side for the Senate.
No way.
Not confirmed yet, but it's turned red onto the Fox chart.
You gave the Senate race?
In the Senate race, yeah. So that's projecting right now.
Nevada. Oh my God. Joe Lombardo, yeah.
Well, according to Fox, it's not done, but it's projecting it'd be 50-50.
Now, where are you seeing that number? Because I see like 49, 47. Where's he 50-50?
Well, I'm seeing 48-48.
Oh, maybe I should
I just
refresh this,
refreshed.
Pantheon. How's that sound?
Tater tot,
No,
serious
maybe I should.
question.
That's why.
Fire away. Kim Jong allowed Wi-Fi to me. William Hance has a sense of humor.
Wow, I can't believe they both lost up there. That's crazy. I can't believe they both lost. Something else. Let's see here. Is Mike Dunleavy the kid who used to play basketball at Duke? Same guy? Mike Dunleavy? That's now running for
I don't know.
Congress? Okay. So Raphael is behind by 1 point to Warnock. Mike Kelly's blowing out Masters. Rubio's smoking his guy. Johnson's winning. Grassley's winning. Let's see here. Lee from Utah is winning. Smiley Murray. I'm looking for where is the governor's races? I don't see him anywhere. Where is the stupid governor's races? Yeah, I don't see them.
Are you on the Fox site?
Yeah, I'm on the box page.
At the
yeah.
at the very top. At the very top, just underneath where the logo says Fox News Democracy 2022, there's options you can select there. There's midterm, Senate, House, governors. Yeah.
Filters.
Try
that
one.
That's what I need.
Yes, sir.
Yep, that's what I need. Okay. House. Here we go. Let's see what the Senate says first.
I tried watching.
Okay, so what? Good.
Sorry. No. Please go ahead.
I won. Like I just said, Masters is losing. Warnock is just barely winning. Johnson and Barnes are very close. Let's see. It's 48-48 right now. Lee's smoking him. Murray is smoking him in Washington State. And then in Alaska, it's the two Republicans, right? Yeah, so Walker's down by a point. Vance is up by almost 9. And Oz is down to Fetterman by 3 points. This is going to be one of the biggest political blunders of the history of the United States if this poor man go into Congress. I'm telling you. It's elder abuse. It's abuse of a handicapped person, as far as I'm concerned right now. Listen, if you need a machine to be able to tell you what to say, you have a handicap. I'm sorry. And again, I give Fetterman all the credit in the world. Listen, I love a guy who can get up from something like that and stand on his own 2 feet and stand up to whatever he believes that Oz is trying to bully him on. I don't know. I don't think that anyone should be aborted after they've been born. I think it kind of changes the definition at that point. I don't think you can call it abortion once it's come out alive, but that's just me. Fetterman already won, huh? All right. Well, let's see how that goes for this country. It'll be in 2 years to see how he performs. I'm all about it. I got it'll probably give me plenty of material to keep making videos. So, thanks, Johnny, for getting back in. Carrie Lake is losing to Katie Hobbs. Yes, see, Relentless. That can't. This is not making sense. Is that true, Relentlessly? How was she up 11 points 2 days ago and now she's down 6? Unbelievable. Wow. You know, when they talked about this the whole time leading up to that election, the funniest thing, right? The results might not be what you think they are, what you're hearing about. They have different results. Remember, it's not the person who gets the votes, the person who counts it. Always. Always, always, always. Pantheon, how's I'm breaking up. Yeah, I'm about to break up and go into my bed, so don't worry about that. It's gonna be at a minimum right now. How do you feel about I can't believe that. How do you feel about wrapping this up in a couple? Pantheon, just because we're closing in on 4:35. So it's I've been working on this since like 9 o'clock, so I am
Yeah,
pretty beat.
my wife went to bed hours ago, so yeah, it's
Oh, she
probably time to call
up
it a night.
alone?
Tater Tot did propose a question here, and I can't really answer it, but I think I should acknowledge it here. He says, on
Let's talk
Casey's
about it.
show, when he reads the fidelity numbers on the buys and sells, is that legit? Asking because Tony Denaro show says that don't mean anything. What are your thoughts? I've heard I see that Casey does it with the numbers on the hour, and I've also heard Tony say that it's misleading. So I don't know. I think I'm gonna have to see if I can ask Tony what his thoughts are on it because I've heard Tony say that. I don't know. I don't know the answer to it. So I'm gonna have to talk to Tony and find out why. And then yeah, it's Casey goes off a whole bunch of different numbers, right? So I don't think he's trying to throw a whole lot of I don't
Casey,
speak for Casey. I don't
Casey,
yeah.
Casey uses a lot of indicators, which is there's nothing wrong with that. That's a great thing. I mean, to be able to identify and spot all those indicators and have a basic explanation to give to people while they're watching the live stream. I mean, that's amazing talent that he has. I
Yeah.
don't think
No,
that's anything wrong with that.
but by no means is Tony saying that Casey's doing anything wrong. That's not
No,
what's
no, no,
happening.
no.
I know it's
Yeah.
I know it's not what Peter Todd's asking either. Just want to make sure that's clear to everybody. I just don't know the answer to the question about how legitimate they are. And I'll have to talk to Tony about it because I don't know. So I'll look into it.
Okay. We'll take like 2 or 3 more questions, okay? And then I'm gonna wrap it up, guys. I'm gonna read this out real quick. Alan says, Mass, did you know that the word World Trade Center security contract was given to Bush's brother-in-law, which would have been his sister's husband. Okay. Up until the day before 9/11, and that's all the record for the missing. Yeah. Alan, did you ever see the video I did on that? About the conspiracy theory about 9/11 and the puts in the market and all that? I did talk about that 100%. I know I did. It was in the first 5 minutes of my video. I talked about that $2 trillion all of a sudden never brought up again, never mentioned again. We heard it one time. The whole country was shocked. And next day, planes flew into the World Trade Center and it was never talked about again. So was that an inside job? Again, I don't know. I can't tell you that for sure. I really can't. I hope not, but it feels like it is. that helps at all. William says Trump is becoming an anchor to the Republican Party on the DeSantis train. I don't even know if they see eye to eye on all the issues. Do you, Pantheon?
Yeah, I don't know.
I've never even heard them have a conversation. To be honest with you, have you?
No, there's been talk about him running as vice to Trump. I don't know. I don't know how that's going to play out. DeSantis is got a lot of good momentum going forward and did some really good things in Florida. So I can
Really,
see
really good things. Yeah.
really good things. Yes.
Yeah, if I had to pick a team right now, I would. This would be my ticket. DeSantis, Tulsi Gabbard would be my ticket. I think
Yeah.
they would see some of the best voting numbers ever produced. I just think Tulsi, and I know the WEF thing is one thing we got to talk about, and that's never going to change until we talk to her. But other than that, the woman just seems like she wants the best for her family, her country, and her fellow fellow human beings, her neighbors, you know? She seems like she's a genuine woman.
That's cool.
She would get my vote right now, even as a Democrat. I would give my vote, even though I'm not a Democrat. I mean, like I said earlier, I definitely lean more towards the conservative side. But if I had to pick someone right now to run the country, I would pick Tulsi Gabbard. I swear to God. Unless I found out something about the WEF that I just couldn't live with, you know. All right. Does anyone else have a pertinent question before we go? I'm getting freezing and hungry, so
Yeah, you've got the hood on, so I think it's time we wrap it up.
Honestly, I'm just getting cold. Yeah, I'm getting cold. I am. Vault out of the World Trade Center 7 gold deposited. Yeah, BF, I know. Yeah. Christian Princess says, I heard Tulsi is WEF puppet. Yeah, so Christian Princess, we just talked about that. I talked about it when she first denounced the Democratic Party. I haven't been able to sit down with her, obviously, or anyone else in this community. But definitely Christian Princess, at some point, we'd have to. We'd have to sit down and just be like, all right, Tulsi, we need to talk about WEF, just like they did with the guy down in Texas there who ran away. That little punk. What's his name there with the eye patch? Dan something. He's a congressman. Shit. Dan
I can't
something.
think of the name, but I know who you're talking about. Yeah,
You know who I'm talking about, right?
I do. Yeah.
He fought in Afghanistan, and then he came back, and Alex Stein confronted him about being part of the WF. He said, do you mind just denouncing the WF real quick? Right, I had this recorded in your face. And he wouldn't do it. Dan Crenshaw, thank you. And he wouldn't do it. He wouldn't do it. He would not denounce the WEF. So those guys make me scary. But honestly, if it's us against Klaus Schwab, Dan Crenshaw, let's see, who else? The head of Pfizer, and the IMF banker who's in charge there, whatever her name is. I think we got a good shot as the rest of the planet. Take these oligarchs down. No more needs for a WEF. Listen, are we destroying the planet? Yes. Humans are destroying the planet. No doubt about it. Are we causing climate change to the point where we've never seen anything like this before? Not according to historians. This planet's been changing and changing and changing for tens of thousands of years. So we just happen to catch it at a good time. That's all. Oh, man. All right, Pantheon. How are you all right to wrap it up, man?
Yes, sir. Let's wrap it up.
Okay. I'm just I'm really exhausted right now, bro. I'm like literally my eyes are falling asleep. It looks like I have my hand by my mouth, but I don't, right?
Nope. No, it looks good.
Oh,
Yeah.
it was my shoulder. Never mind. It's my shoulder. Okay. All right, yeah, I definitely need to go to sleep. All right, guys. Let me say thanks to a couple people who helped us out tonight, especially the mods. Liz Clayman's Whistle, Pam, Adrian, Diaz, Rands, and I got him. That's 5. Those are the 5.
Prometheus
6. Thank you. Prometheus 6. Thank you very much. Appreciate you, bro. Thank you so much for shopping by tonight. We really appreciate you guys showing your support. Yeah, I mean, we can't do this without you. And I hope you guys found a little bit of information on this, or some comfort, or maybe a laugh, or you heard me singing when I was walking away, and that helped you fall asleep. Hopefully, something worked. Something we did. But yeah, thank you guys so much. We really appreciate you. Pantheon, man, I love you. Thank you for coming on last minute like that. You didn't have to do that, but I enjoyed your company, and I always love having your input.
Thank you for the invite. Thank you.
Anytime, man. Anytime. All right, guys. You all have a great night, and we will talk mañana. We wake up in the morning. Hopefully, Carrie Lake is governor of Arizona. If not, I will be on the first flight to Phoenix to find out what's going on. Good night, all. Have a great night. Get some rest.